Yeah, hey there, I do this, never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, yeah, I'm improving. A real problem, but I solve them all facts proof. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. All done inside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Let's go.
I put that time in, my pride is out the roof, I get that grind in. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap, big facts. I'm past that, yeah. I'm trying to get ahead, get out the way. Now move forward, stand back, now break away. I'm about to bring it on. I ain't never backing down. Come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down. Come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, to the top, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights, yeah. Hop out and I'm steaming, ride around and I'm dreaming. Once I get the feeling, nobody can stop me. Hit it, I'm on gold, fanning all you foes. Once I'm on the road, I'm knocking out of the door. I got the range, if you wanna come and stand up to me, pull up on me now. If you wanna challenge, tell me rookie, run up on me now. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I ain't never backing down, come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down, come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, to the top, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights, yeah.
Ich bin nicht allein, doch fühle mich einsam. Bin 0,0 mit meinen Gefühlen im Einklang. Seh mich nach Erfolg, doch fürchte das Scheitern. Ich tanz auf der Party, doch eigentlich würde ich gern heimfahren. Himmel hoch, jauchzen, zu Tode betrübt. Ich hätte gerne Sonne, doch der Mond, der genügt. Nur weil ich über exzellente Strophen verfüg, heißt das lange nicht, dass mein Herz sich nicht wohl anfühlt. Und ich weiß ehrlich selber nicht, woher das kommt. Auch am helllichten Tage sehe ich alles sehr verschwommen, als hätte man mir irgendwann einmal den Kern entnommen. Ich bin zu lang durch dieses tiefschwarze Meer geschwommen. Ich bin psychisch labil, ich fühle mich wie ein Freak. Nicht gegen die Welt, sondern gegen mich selbst führe ich den Krieg. Mich packt dieses kalte, leere Gefühl nach nem Sieg. Egal, was ich erreichen mag, genügen wird's nie. Doch ich kämpf weiter, mein Herz, mein Weg. Weiser der Selbstzweifler in mir, mein ständiger Begleiter. Doch ich lebe weiter, aufhören ist keine Option. Bekämpfe die eigenen Dämonen und besteige den Thron. Es zieht sich wie ein roter Faden durch mein Leben. Große Taten, wenig reden, denn der Tod erwartet nämlich jeden. Muss der rohen Angst entgegentreten. Mein Herz rast, Erinnerung schmerzhaft. Doch was mich nicht killt, macht mich stärker. Spür die Kraft in meinem Innern, nenn es Kernkraft. Und die Kraft, die mich runterzieht, Schwerkraft. Atme ein, atme aus. Kein Zurück, nur geradeaus. Die Gaffer stehen am Gartenzaun. Wann zerbricht sein Kartenhaus? Der Druck steigt, Lunge fragt, wo die Luft bleibt. Blut, Schweiß und Tränen schimmern leise im Moonlight. Braucht nicht mal eine Sekunde, nur einen Bruchteil. Glaub nicht an gut oder böse, wer ist schon schuldfrei? So focus, ja alles in Slow Motion. Heder sehen wie Ameisen aus hier von hoch oben. Zerleg sie in Protonen, dreht sie im hohen Bogen durch die Galaxie weg auf den Betonboden der Tatsachen. Glückssträhne folgen die Rückschläge, weil so viele dich fallen sehen wollen wie Hyänen. Sie trauen sich nicht zu träumen, rauben dir deine Freude. Sie haben täglich ihr Leben vor Augen, wie sie's vergeuden. Doch nicht mal einen Tag will ich tauschen mit diesen Leuten. Sie fühlen sich erbärmlicher, auch wenn sie es verleugnen. Lacht ruhig, ich hab einen Traum, der mir was bedeutet. Los Junge, schau mir in die Augen, siehst du sie leuchten? Bling bling, ich folg meinem Instinkt, so call me the Kingpin. Trag Gold in mir innen drin, dein Motto ist los, los, mein Motto ist win, win. Sie nappen mich, kleiner Versager, Trottel und Winzling. Während sie schliefen, hab ich weiter trainiert, schreib auf Papier, alles was im Inneren brodelt, keine Zeit zu verlieren. Bin schon einmal krepiert, weil das Leben dir die Sonnenseite zeigt und wieder irgendeine Scheiße passiert. Doch der Street Fighter in mir will weiter marschieren. Vielleicht werde ich mich hin und wieder auf der langen Reise verehren. Er hat dich keine Manieren, Vielleicht sind sie schöner, größer, reicher, aber im Ich-Sein bietet mir keiner die Stirn. Und ich steh noch nicht am Ende, scheiß aus Menschen mit der Sense. Sag ihm, cancel deine Pläne, wart nicht länger auf Geschenke. Ich steh kurz vor der Wende und sie heben erst die Hände für die lebende Legende. War der wortkarge Chorknabe, man nannte mich Laborratte. Habe nirgends dazugehört, Passagier ohne Bordkarte. Ich vertickte Mixtapes aus der Sporttasche. Klick, klick, Papier und Stift wurden zur Mordwaffe. In jeder Seele steckt ein König und ein Feigling. Du musst dich entscheiden, bist du heute Löwe oder Schweinchen. Werd ich mich von den Zwängen in mir lösen, bis ich frei bin? Oder hör ich auf die Chöre, die nur nörgeln an mir zweifeln? Und ja, zu dem Erfolg dazu gehört natürlich Timing, aber wenn die Chance eintrifft, ja, ich schwör, dass ich bereit bin. Ich visualisiere, wie ich kill und attackiere, wie ich split und massakriere und ein Gröle wie ein Viking. Lass die Traumata jetzt los. Sie verhöhnten mich als Kleinkind, doch ich löste mich. Ich bin ihnen nicht mehr böse, ich verzeih ihm. Nur im Battle bringe ich sie fürchterlich zum Weinen. Wie ein scharfes Katana spürst du, wie die Wörter in dich eindringen. Das ist eine Nachricht an mein früheres Ich. Die Zukunft macht dir große Angst, doch bitte fürchte dich nicht. Jedes ihrer Worte ist Sticht und ist eine Bürde für dich. Doch sei dir sicher, dass ihr Licht schon bald in Kürze erlischt. Und klar hab ich Angst, der Gedanke daran zu versagen verkrampft meinen ganzen Verstand. Darum warte ich nicht lang, denn ich wachse daran. Ich durchbrach diese Wand und ich starte den Kampf.
So don't hold back. Hey yo, check it, we gon' run through the mix. They spot as soon as I dash out. Get your bars up, I'm basically about to cash out. Everybody worthy until they fade in the background. Think you in it early, I'm seeing through all the cracks now. Back down, hit them with the classics. Vinyl on the cabinet, let me hear how to wax skip. I just press a button and you can see the reaction. Flex on everybody, but uppercut in the flash kick. Back to the era where the sticks is busted, where they screaming at the set appearing. Let's go, Justin! This that Ume show where you get on the back of a jump in. Say that you believe I trust it. Take them all to run that city. I'm too risky to let the comeback hit me. Don't get tricky until you see that shimmy and the crowd get busy singing. Run that city. Spray paint canvases like we keep on dripping. Flip that quarter and let the game bounce with me as the rounds keep switching, baby. Let them know. We outside, come on.
Every time I enter and exit, only way they can catch this, the limited freshness. My drive on 10 and they can't understand. When home became a family man, came back better than ever. Modern yet I consider the classic. Dynamics is the 90s, I'm still a creature of habit in overdrive. Since I left my ex behind, who wants smoke? Put 100 yen next to mine in Akihabara. Make arcades look like crime scenes, make it sound epic like they piped in Goldstein. Level 8 difficulty, so is the rhyme scheme. Friday night fights, catch an L on the live stream. Catch me labbing all day long. I'm Fei Long and in the hands of Jay Wong. Or Daigo when I flow, I mix songs. Get your price sticks, cause once again it's on.
You already know what it is. I need everybody in this room to stand up. Stand up right now. Everybody on their feet, let's show them how we do this. Y'all ready?
Once again it's on.
Tricky until you see that shimmy. Crowds get busy. From that city, spray paint canvases like we keep on dripping. Flip that quarter and let the game bounce with me as the rounds keep switching, baby. Street Fighter 6.
Mic check 1 2, mic check. What it do? Let me activate my camera because I don't think y'all can see me, but you're gonna see more than just me this evening. Welcome to it. I am Fife and this is the Hypest in motherfucking weekly Street Fighter 6 action. As always, we are bringing you nothing but the hype. So this evening we have a couple of new faces on the circuit as well as a new voice on the commentary. Say what up to the people. Big Freeze!
Everyone, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
How you doing, man? How you been?
I'm good. Been enjoying Street Fighter recently, you know.
I mean, enjoying is an understatement, right? You've been absolutely mopping people, bro. That cameo is one of the coldest. I think that's why the name is Big Freeze, right? Who is this handsome guy on the left? I don't know. It's the first time I met him. Maybe introduce yourself, man. Let the people know. Who's Freezy? How did you get involved in all of this shit? Like, you're gonna talk shit with me for the next 2.5, maybe 3 hours. So how did you get started in fighting games? Because nobody wanna hear my story.
The first fighting game I ever played was actually not Street Fighter. I started playing Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay, anime enjoyer.
So maybe-
I respect that.
So I was so ass at the game. I was so cocky. Yeah, I was not good at that game. I think I was half decent. I could do like some difficult combos here and there. Near the end of the game's lifespan, I started getting it, but then by that point, you know, I didn't play that technique again. So, and then I saw Street Fighter 6. I saw the trailer. I was like, damn, this game looks sick. I've never played Street Fighter. I knew Ken and Chun-Li were in the game. I didn't know much more past that. I didn't know Cammy was a character until I loaded the game up for the first time. So, yeah.
Holy shit,
I started
man.
playing Street Fighter a little bit after COVID. So like maybe a month after it released, I think. So I've only been playing for like a couple of years now.
Alright. So, with regards to your cameo, like you've participated in Crazy 8s a couple of times, right? And you've absolutely wrecked house every time you've been in Crazy 8s. And I mean, you've got Cammy in Master, you've got Terry in Master. I'm still like a Diamond 1 Ken, but that's mostly because I neglect fighting games to play other things, even though my commentary game is like up there. Chappy, my man, how's it all the way from, I don't even know what location you're in right now. What is it, Chappy van Nikela? Because my brother Chappy like relocates every now and then, and I just assign whatever area he's living in and just go like, okay, then whatever area you're living in now, that's his nickname. But speaking about fighting games and shit, let's have a look at who qualified so far. We've got 4 people in number 33. I was about to say like, yay, I did all this work setting up all these scenes earlier. So in winner's side, we've got Noodles, winner of the first qualifier, Blader, winner of the second qualifier. Then we've got Watch You and Uncle Weezy, who were both runners up in week 1 and 2 respectively. So that gives us a overview of who's qualified so far. So this week we are looking to add 2 more names, one on winner side, one on loser side. And your bracket for this evening looks a little bit like this, and we'll be getting things started shortly. The final is going to be massive. Absolutely, Mr. Art Department. Shout outs to the boy Fabio representing SA all the way down in the UK. So this evening's card, as far as pools is concerned, if you don't know how the game go, it do go like this. Pools is first to 2. That is the 4 matches that you are going to be witnessing first. So first to 2, Apollo versus Eddie. Never seen this guy play, never heard of him. I don't even know if this bra's gonna show up. GFK is in chat. He had to drop out this evening due to real life commitments. And we've got Murambi making his long-awaited return. I was wondering when Murambi was going to come in, right? Murambi is one of the most seasoned, most tenured Street Fighter players in our community, playing all the way from Northeast Africa. That man is out in Kenya up against my homie Tiny Slayer 47, who Freezy mopped. Freezy scoped that man's ears from his nutsack all the way into his eyeballs. Like, he got ears for eyes now. Then the homie Ashy Inferno, who needs absolutely no introduction, up against the people's champ Sequele. And then the young gun Lal Mac up against Arango Pedro. 2 familiar names. Lal more so than Arango, because Lal has won Crazy 8s 1 or 2 times. But who you got for this first match, Freeze?
I've been playing against Apollo for a while now.
Apollo's
I
the
think Apollo's
OG,
very
man.
good. I think Apollo's very good. Honestly, he's not even. He's somebody you can't even count him out to take this whole tournament. Honestly, Apollo's very good. Got a bunch of characters in his bag. You know, he's played pretty much almost every character. You know, the only character I haven't seen him play is like JP. He's on the Elena right now, from what I understand. His Elena's looking pretty good. He has a good understanding of Elena's game plan. Elena's neutral. But yeah, I mean, if he goes down 1 round, 2 rounds in the final, you know, he can pull anything out of his bag. Ryu, Akuma, Cammy, he can pull anything out of his bag. He's got the deepest bag I've seen so far.
So as far as Apollo goes, like, dude, I didn't know who Apollo was until the first beta of Street Fighter 6 came out, and then there was this look in the battle up, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and fight this guy. He's got a South African flag in his name, and I'm just gonna go and fuck around and see what this bra's like. But I got absolutely destroyed. I think I went 15-2. And I was like, okay, nah. Maybe
You got two, man. You got two. We need a win, bro. We need a win.
maybe this is the wrong bra to want to play in the beta, but Apollo's one of that guys who's always putting in work. He's always grinding on the low, working on new characters. And last week he debuted that Elena, and I don't think people have her game plan figured out yet. Just the way she moves is so, I'm gonna call it quirky, because I can't find a better word in my vocabulary right now. Like, it's been a long day. I was looking
Do a
for,
little dancey dance, man. She do a little dancey.
yeah, she's on that whole capoeira-esque b-boy steez, you know, and she's got this long range, and she's got these forward advancing normals where she, like, you don't know if it's gonna be plus, if it's minus, if he's just what's the word I'm looking for, if he's just neutral skipping with this character, getting in and setting up some wild shit. But people were struggling last week, dude. So
Yeah.
he's
were.
definitely one of the people that's always going to be in it, depending on who he's playing against and who he prefers to play, because a lot of people use Crazy 8 as a testing ground for their backup characters. And then when the pub get duck, and then they pull out the mains because they know it's do or die. So I mean, you can play around in pools. You can definitely test the water, see if one of your pocket characters is able to hang with everybody else's mains. But you know, you always have to play towards your strengths as you get deeper into your run. But the homie Eddie,
At this point, I don't know if Apollo has a main, to be so real with you. I think this is whatever he's got the most game time on in the last 3 days, I guess. It's whatever.
as far as Apollo is concerned, like, whoever he's up against, I'm always gonna call the match a down the road 50-50 even, because it just depends on who's gonna land, whose pressure settings is on point, who's not dropping. And I feel like consistency in Street Fighter 6, and I will hold the L on this one. I said very early on that this game is random and it's going to reward who's good on the day, and it's still very much so. But through season 1
Pretty
and 2,
volatile game, yeah.
through season 1 and 2, as we approach season 3, I am going to hold the L and say that consistency is starting to show, that the people who were consistent in putting in time, I mean, one of our very own Mr. Bionic 2307 showed that character loyalty and character mastery pays off massively, because I mean, he upset his tournament demon in the first World Warrior. Speaking about World Warrior, there is a rolling link that should be going out in the chat like every half an hour if you do want to sign up for Get Washed World Warrior number 2. I think this year it is your best 3 scores that will take you through to Capcom Cup. But there's a very big dog in the yard, and he's the biggest dog that you have to beat if it is that you want to book your ticket through to Capcom 12 and see Japan in, I think it's gonna be the autumn, because Capcom Cup takes place around March. So no, that's springtime in Japan, springtime, almost summertime. Somebody wants a link of the Matcherino chat. Speaking of Matcherino, if you feel hider, if you do feel so inclined to contribute to that Matcherino, I will be putting $5 whole into the machine. That contributes towards tonight's prize pool, winner takes all. The finals for Crazy 8s, we are going to have a much bigger prize pool, because somebody whispered in my ear like, psst, we got money that we don't want in our pockets. We're just gonna burn it. We're just gonna put it in this tournament, and you guys can just give it away. So there's currently 500 South African rand going in there. That's about $17 and some change. So we should hit something like maybe $30. I don't know. I don't know what that price pot. I don't know what that price pot is gonna end up being like.
If they don't want it, I'm willing to put that 500 rand in my pocket. No worries.
But
No worries. If they really don't want it, I'll take it. No worries.
if you want some of the lunch money, bruh, then you gotta jump in the ring freeze. I know you were in the ring freeze. You're one of the people that's always like ready to jump in and show up and throw hands at the moment's notice. And it looks like, I don't know where Mr. Eddie is. If anybody knows who Eddie Sport 86 is, please tell Eddie that Apollo is ready for his ass. Apollo, your match is up first. Eddie Sport is Ethan. Can you please tag Ethan and tell his ass to get in the ring? Apollo, you can join my guy. Your match is up first. So why are people changing names, bro? Like, can you just have some consistency in your life? Like, I am 5 on everything. I believe in uniformity and consistency when it comes to online presence. Like, I don't change my name for nothing. Like, no matter what I do, bro, 5 is always involved in some online handle. And it's been that way, like, since back in the arcade days. You could only use 3 initials when you used to tag your name when you put up the high score. So I just always used to put 5. And people used to call me 5. It was like, no, bro, it's 5. Remember the name. Please invite Apollo. I sent you the code, my bruh. I sent you the code. Sequele has entered the room. Freeze is here. Arango is here. Lyle is here. Invite.
I've spoken to Juju, so if we do need somebody to step in, he said he's willing to step in.
Ethan is. Sorry, I didn't see. No stress. No stress, Apollo. Do I have Ayrton on my friends list? And then I'll just invite him one time. Arango is there. Bad guy. Grimjo, Street, Duri. My boy Moz is still playing. Reborn. So I don't have Ayrton. So we'll just go the old school and search his ass. Yes. This man is offline, my bro. So Apollo, we're gonna give Mr. Ayrton 5 minutes. I'm gonna tag him in the group chat. I'm gonna send him invite to both of his accounts. I'm not sure which one he's gonna bring this evening, but I've sent it to both of them, and then I'm gonna add him in the chat. Shoutouts to Sequele, man. Knowing people's hidden gamer names is like, I know Will is always changing his name on the weekly. Uncle Weezy, the beloved.
Uncle Do. What other names did he have? I don't even remember.
Uncle Do.
The last one.
Uncle Weezy. He had some weird ass names, bruh.
I'm sure that name change screen is tired of seeing him at this point.
You know, I'm a bit sad that he qualified last week, because I was kind of looking forward to seeing what name he's gonna pull out the bag this week. Like, Will's creativity with naming is endless. Well, I think you missed your calling, bruh. You need to work like in a spy facility where you need to assign people new identities, maybe, bro, because you got that shit on lock, bruh.
I mean, he could have joined. He could have joined to gatekeep, you know.
Nah, that's unfortunately not how Crazy 8 works. Once you qualified, you locked into that spot for the finals, and Uncle Weezy qualified last week. Albeit from loser side. It's gonna be interesting to see Will fight from loser side.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Hey, the man,
Is it?
the man is in.
That's him, yeah.
The man is in. Okay, chat, it looks like we're about to get this first match underway. Let me update the scoreboard here and get naming conventions and shit sorted out so that you guys can keep track of what is happening in terms of scoring. This is Pool's first to 2. How are you feeling about this first match, Freeze?
Again, you know, it's really tough to call whenever Apollo's in the matchup. You know, he can pull anything out of his bag, and honestly, I don't know if I've played against this guy before. I'm not sure if I have, but personally, I can never count Apollo out. Personally, I'm always gonna count that man in. So
Wi-Fi warrior.
we'll see.
Sequele, is this man a Wi-Fi warrior? Because I was updating the nameplates and shit, but if this man is on Wi-Fi, my bro, and his connection is cucked, then I'm gonna kick him out and I'm gonna let Juju play.
Okay.
Because I can't see the connection. All I'm seeing is the game itself, right? Apollo, you're gonna have to keep me honest here, my guy.
So he's trying to pile on the pressure here. Gets it. Knockdown. It's the DP. Can you see some big damage here?
Thank goodness.
Spins for
Thank
a bunch of damage.
Thank goodness this isn't first to 1 coming out from Otto. No, guy, this isn't first to 1. That would be ridiculously unfair. You can't.
Yo, you don't know. You don't know, when I was at Comic Con, there was a quote unquote Street Fighter tournament. That shit was first to 1, man. You know how pissed I was.
Ow, Uncle Clive, thanks for the pop in and pop out. Are you talking about Comic Con that was at the CTICC this year?
Yes.
Bruh, you should have pulled up. I was at the Tekken Red Bull Golden Letters, my guy.
Nah, you look busy, man. You look busy.
Nah, bruh, I always make time for the people. Ask anyone. I don't care what I'm doing, bruh. If people from the community show up and they're like, yo, homie, how's it going, bruh? I'll take time out of whatever I'm doing to just connect with people because there's enough homies there that can cover for me for like 5 to 10 minutes. This connection doesn't look too bad, but Apollo's gonna need to tell me if he wants to play this set up against this Wi-Fi warrior, because
That's why he did, yo, honestly.
I did say no Wi-Fi warriors, but this man is out here playing with a Wi-Fi connection. So
I think you could have killed it. That was definitely dead.
Heide in chat choosing violence. That man Suma say that
No cancel?
Toyota Gaming.
Generational throws?
Heide.
Was either there?
Yeah, bruh. Heide.
Tell him, bruh. Tell him.
Heide.
Tell him.
Heide.
That shit was. Bruh. I don't even want to tell you what. Shit getting me emotional here.
Heide entered the Tekken tournament, bruh. Heide was there both days. Heide was lambing in the crowd. Well, not both days. It was both tournament days there. I don't know if it was there for the entire Comic Con. The Super looks so sick. Like, you can see Capcom got budget, man, bro. When they changed the entire screen for
They
special.
just have budget for Jiggle Physics, man. That's what they have budget for.
I mean, Jiggle Physics sell copies, bruh. The Guna patch is coming.
You're gonna be buying any costumes, wife?
Man, bro, I'm a Ken, man. Until they give me a solid Ken costume, they will not get any more of my money.
Now, what if they drop a Ken Speedo costume? What then? Then you're gonna have to empty the bank account, brother.
Unless Ken looks like David Hasselhoff from Baywatch, I'm not dropping any money, bruh. That man's pics must be the size of burgers, you know. It must look like a sandwich on his chest. Look like a Dagwood. Full House Masala Steak Mission.
Must look like he got implants in. Like there's silicone in his chest.
Bruh, they're gonna have to do something special to get my money.
What a work punch. I would. Big damage. And meaty.
Dude, Apollo's looking solid with this Elena, bruh. Ooh, no punish on that. That is safe.
That is indeed safe. You can actually drive rush from full speed and make it plus. You can make it plus 2.
Dude, that's
Goes for the overhead. No hit there, unfortunately.
bruh.
But the round is definitely looking in. Oh!
What a anti-air. That man said no fly zone, so all Ryus are grounded from this frame forth. You were saying last night, bro, you were giving me some good game, bro. Like giving me tech and shit, like real-time tech. Yo! Hey,
Like, upon taking the opportunity to get out the corner, I respect that.
There goes Mr. Eddie Sport 86. And that was all the proof we needed. Frizzy, please tell Juju we're gonna let him into the house because Mr. Wi-Fi Warrior Mr. Wi-Fi Warrior is unfortunately going to be removed this evening. That's one of the things that always fascinates me about people entering tournaments. Like, the notification and the post said clearly, no Wi-Fi Warriors, LAN only. But wait, let's be fair. Let's be fair, right? Can somebody tag him in the chat?
Already missed this one.
Can somebody tag him in the chat and say that, please plug your cable in before we continue? Like, let's be fair and give him a fair opportunity because I can't find this man in the chat. Sequele,
You know what I think? I think
do you have this man?
we must be firm.
Do you have this man on your contact list? And can he plug a cable in? Because I'm gonna give that match to Apollo whether or not he has the cable. Okay, so he's the only Wi-Fi warrior out right now, right? So out of everyone else has got the LAN cable plugged in. Shout outs and respect to y'all. Let me actually just DM Sequele quickly.
Are we gonna move the match to Apollo if we can get Juju in?
100%. But oh wait, if Juju's in, then we're gonna have to start from scratch.
Yeah, we can reset.
We'll have to reset. We have to be fair. We can't let Juju play from a 1-0 deficit. That's not fair.
I had to do that.
Sequele!
I had to play from losers bracket last week.
But you weren't in losers. I fucked up the seeding, and then I had to put you in losers, and I had to put you back in, and that was a mistake of mine. But
I might as well have been in losers. 5 frames and all that, bro.
You think he left the group? Doubt he's watching. Does anyone have this man on their contact list, and can they please ask him to plug his LAN cable in before we continue, because the match is unplayable. Reaper, I'm not talking to you, man. You're not helping.
Yeah, I have to say, Reaper's actually a player that I have to say he's leveled up quite a bit in the last month or so.
Yeah, no,
last couple months.
yeah, no, bro. Reaper's been putting in work. Reaper said he wanna test himself this season for the Capcom Pro Tour. He wants to see how deep he can go, how high he can place. Freeze just like a wild Pokemon. Maybe this man been here, bro. It's like a half an hour in. This bro's been here since like the start of the stream.
I commentated the whole first match, bruh. Who do you think was talking? The ghost of Christmas past. What's happening here?
Okay, it looks like we're going to have to speak to Mr. Eddie via Street Fighter chat, which I am not liquor with.
I don't appreciate the accusations that are coming through here. Having dirt on my name here. Are you gonna allow that in the chat? You want me to type? I want mouse and keyboard here, brother. You want me to type?
Bruh, it's fine. I'm already 80% of the way there. Now you wanna offer?
Okay, fine. I got you, brother. I got you. I have the messages out, brother. You can stop typing, brother.
Thank you, my esteemed colleagues and members of the community. Okay, so while we wait for Mr. Eddie to...
That message for next week's Crazy Eights, brother.
Listen here, I'm typing on this thing. One One button at a time.
What?
One button at a time, bruh.
You must set it up like the old school Nokia's. You just press the same button a paar times, then it, you know.
What was that keyboard called, bruh?
I don't know, but it was a I don't know, numerical keyboard, something like that, probably.
I mean,
If I had to guess.
dude, like I was outside for that era of mobile technology, and like once QWERTY keyboards came out, like I wasn't a fan of BlackBerry. BBM was terrible. Like I fucking hated.
I also didn't have a BlackBerry.
I fucking hated.
I never
that
had a
device.
BlackBerry.
Like I had, when the BB craze was out, I had the W18i, and I only rocked Sony Walkman phones for like as long as they were available, and then like when Android dropped, Mixed
Then you
days,
Walkman phones.
yeah.
Walking around with an antenna sticking out your pocket.
No, bruh. My bro, Google Sony W810i while you're sitting there and go and look at that. That was
Did you have a
That
did you have a
was-
phone booth code or so?
that was peak technology, and the
You have a telephone
earphones.
code or so?
Oh my lord, bruh. It sounded like you had, a taxi. If you're from Cape Town, you will know Master Sound taxis. It sounded like you had a Master Sounds taxi in your pocket, bruh. That's how just that thing's sound quality was. It was the audio quality of a hi-fi in your pocket in a cell phone, and all you needed was mix it.
I was in Mix It. I think I was pretty out Mix It.
Nah, bro, Mix It was way ahead. Like, Mix It was everything you wanted from a chat client. You had your private chats that you could have with people, and you had group chats, and then you just met people on there, bro, that you were just friends with forever. And when Mix It shut down, I unfortunately wasn't, like, I didn't know that it was shutting down because I was using some other chat apps at the time, and when I tried to log back in, the service was down and I couldn't even export my content or like tell them like, yay, this is my number, message me, or some cack like that. But I just lost. You still Gee, you think
No.
you think you still got Moolah and Joe Banker? Holy shit.
No.
Okay,
I have a friend though.
I think you need to tell Juju he needs to pull up, because I think Mr. Eddie Sport 86 does not have a LAN connection. That man dipped, and I don't know if he's coming back. So let's give him. It's now 1937. Let's give him until 22. If he's not back by 22, then Juju can come in, and then I'll just update the bracket. And then Apollo, I did not use BBM.
I use BBM.
I did not use BBM. I despised BBM. Like, the screen was like this small. Like this small. What must I do with that? Like 5 lines of text. What must I do with that? And by the way, music was more important to me anyway. So I remember, yo, bruh, I imported that time a 16 gig was the highest mobile storage you could get, but I imported a 16 gig memory card from the States. You want to run the next match so long? I think we can do that. Actually, let's have a look at the bracket real quick, chat, and then we can get on with it. Murambi and Tiny Slayer, pull up. We can run pool so long. We can run that in order while we wait for Juju, and if Eddie even comes back. So we'll run Murambi, Tani Slayer, Ashley Sequele, Lal versus Arango. Let's do that. While we wait.
When WhatsApp went down and everybody was switching to Telegram because they were like, oh my god, WhatsApp is down. No, WhatsApp can't be down. Everybody get Telegram. I was like, I was gonna make a joke though. I was gonna make a BBM account, and then I was gonna share my pin. I was like, yeah guys, here's my pin. Since everybody wants to go on like this because WhatsApp is down for 2 hours. Then I load up BBM though. I see 50 rand a month. No. I'm not spending 50 rand for a joke, baby. This is pricey, baby.
So, like, Clown, you saying that you were one of the people who figured out that BBM, you could use it as a modem. So yes, I also picked up on the fact that BlackBerry BIS BlackBerry internet service was 60 rand a month for basically uncapped internet on the 3G connection. And bruh, man, what's up?
Yeah, as soon as they drop BIS, I think.
Shonen Judy,
Anything out the window.
if you are not a part of our WhatsApp community, my guy, go exclamation AFGC in the chat. It should pull up the WhatsApp community group. All tournaments, as far as Crazy 8 is concerned, is sign up, meaning first come, first serve. I post the link, you click the link, you
What a
sign up,
mistake.
then you are in the tournament, my dude.
Nice work, Punish. Oh my goodness. Reaper is actually really pressuring Murambi down here.
Oh shit, I need to update nameplates. My lord! I'm having a
Reaper takes the first round.
I'm having a lekker time talking kak here. Resting on my laurels. Reaper, you're supposed to keep me honest. You're my accountability partner, my mod.
This is in the middle of a game.
I don't care.
Play. You're supposed to be commentating. That's why he's playing. But I'm opting for the super here. I'm not sure if I agree with that decision. Just because of the light scaling. Ooh, gets the safe jump.
Shonen Jury, please click that link there, my dude. Join the communities. The most important one to be in is the African Fighting Game Communities one, because that's where I post all announcements for all tournaments and stuff. And then if you are maining Street Fighter only, there is a link in the description of that group chat, and then you can join the Street Fighter chat and all the other chats that are not part of that one. But there's a group chat for just about every fighting game in there.
Just gets hit. Nice combo. Reaper's combo game looking very nice nowadays. Wasn't looking so hot before, but oh, that's really unfortunate.
Oh, you
Pick
there?
up super.
Face first. Gets his ribcage rearranged, but the damage is not worth the effort though. Okay, does have him in burnout. This is
But
where
we can definitely turn this around here.
he can be scary here. Little bit too.
Oh my god.
Commentator's blessing. As that man said the words, Murambi can turn this around. That man landed
Oh my
the perfect
God.
string.
Wow, wow, wow.
You know what, Bionic? I'm not gonna hold you, bruh. You say that the best subgroup is the anime and movies, and that is actual factual, bruh. I am not as young as I used to be, and I can't keep up with recommendations and everything that's hip and popping because, you know, I have tournaments to arrange, kids to take care of, and mix-ups to learn. So, thank you. I appreciate people putting in the work. Oh! Reaper, don't want to block on wake up.
It's looking too hot in the kitchen here. If I have to say, it's looking too hot in the kitchen, and Reaper cannot handle the heat.
My man, the Satsui no Ado has the heat that is not of this earth, my guy. And Murambi's cooking. Look at him.
What a spacing trap! I haven't seen that one before, so I'm gonna have to save that one for the next time I play.
You're gonna have to download that info, and that's the thing that I appreciate about like players of your caliber. Like you guys watch this game with a fine-tooth comb between your eyelids, and you guys are downloading info in real time. Like, oh, that's fake, that's real, that's new. I have to respect that. Like, it's insane how you guys are able to pick shit up like this. Like, I'm super casual at Street Fighter 6.
I don't wanna put Murambi shit out there, you know, but he's really getting a lot of value out of this fake stream that he's doing. What a Murambi.
Bruh, if your
He's getting a
opponent,
lot of value out of this fake stream that he's doing, right? He's doing jab into light kick, but you know, the light kick doesn't cancel from the jabs, right? So he's doing jab, light kick, fireball, but he's getting a lot of value out of it because Reaper's not stopping you for it. And like you say, that's the nature of fighting games. You do it until they tell you can't. And Reaper's just not telling you he can't right now. So if I'm Murambi, I'm shoving that fake thing down his throat, if I'm being honest.
dude, after you told me about that fake shit that my bro was pulling off last night in the lobby, I wouldn't have known, bro. I would have respected that string the entire time. And you were like, nah, this man is trolling. Anything other than drive rush, this button is fake. And I was like, oh, for real? Thanks.
That's why you'll see. That's why you'll see like players will DP off the drive rush. So like if somebody does low for a drive rush, the other player, the defending player will DP. It's called DPOS. So if they do a real string, if they do drive rush jab, the DP doesn't come out. If they do a fake string, so drive rush, throw, medium punch, heavy punch, anything else, the DP comes out. So in that way, you kind of OS the drive rush. Because like you say, the drive rush into anything besides jab is not real.
Bruh, that is thick and knowledge that I will never let go of, because it's information like that now that I know, like my opponent, god damn, Murambi rearranging that man's internal organs to advance forward in the bracket this evening. At least no wash. I mean, we didn't expect you to get.
Yeah.
We didn't expect you to get washed, Reaper.
Shall I call Juju?
Yep.
Shall I get Juju in?
Please let that man know we require his services this evening. Okay, next up is gonna be the Inferno named Ashi. One of my favorite people in the South African fighting game community, like just in terms of his passion for the culture. Dude, Ashi came all the way down from PE, booked a hotel just to come and attend Cape Town Showdown last year. Hung out a little bit. The man was playing his heart out with the pros, connected with everybody there. And I was like, bruh, I'm tall. I'm like 1.89, and that man is like just a little bit taller than me. And I was like, god damn, this bruh's cock tall. Little bit of a beanstalk we got in the man Ashi. But Ashi's a lover of all fighting games, and he has a special love for SNK fighting games. Like, the more technically difficult your game is, the more Ashi is gonna love it. Like, he's just a stickler for games that have high execution. Oh, Judy.
Isn't that trailer for Marvel Tokon?
Bruh, Arc System Works game, I'm in, bruh. You don't have to sell me.
You look sick. Oh my god.
You
We wanted the Dragon Ball Fighters too. We weren't gonna get it, but now we got it. Just with Marvel.
Bruh, I don't think we're gonna get Fighters 2, mostly because
This is Fighters 2. This is Fighters 2. This is the closest we're gonna get, man.
I think that
Bandai Namco does not want to spend money on a live service game ever again. They saw the amount of effort that it took to run a live service game the last time around. They're not doing that shit again, man. They got so tired of hearing people complain every patch, and then people complain, they do their own thing, and then I don't know.
look, dude, if they didn't learn from the mistakes that they made with Dragon Ball Fighters,
This mental fighting.
yep, I've got them on screen. But if Bandai didn't learn from their mistakes in terms of balancing and how they approached the meta in terms of Dragon Ball Fighters, right, then that speaks to why Tekken is doing so bad, because whoever's doing balancing on this game must have been doing balancing on Dragon Ball Fighters, because it stinks of the same lack of having the player and the competitive aspect at heart, because nobody's listening to what the core issues are that people are having with the game, and it feels like they are balancing around the fact that they want to sell DLC. And for me, like, that's just scummy, bro.
Honestly, it seemed to me when I was playing the game that as long as things were going on, you know, they really didn't have any sort of interest in, like, really listening to player feedback, you know. It really just seemed like a case where they had their own vision for the game, and you know, they just pushed that vision regardless of what the players wanted. Like, every patch they made the game crazier and crazier and crazier, and players were asking them, tone it down, please tone it back. And you know, it just, that never got toned down, so that's what it is now. But hey, I mean, the game's at PwC, so
Dude, specifically speaking to Dragon Ball Fighters, like their balancing team, whoever that is, was tone deaf then, and they don't want to, as far as like what I'm seeing from the outside looking in, they don't want to address the legit concerns for the competitive aspect of the game. Like for the casual bruh picking up the game, just mashing buttons with his brasser, Tekken 8 is peak. It's fun as shit. It's the most fun you can have in terms of pick this game up, press start, pick a side, and then press buttons and do cool shit. Absolutely, but your core audience are the people who are going to show up and support your game at the Tekken World Tour, at your main offline events, at your Evos. They're the people that are looking forward to returning and legacy characters. God damn! No more neck.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I had, you know, a couple of friends that picked up. I had a couple of friends that picked up Street Fighter. But then they just haven't been consistent with it, you know. They haven't been consistent with it, and you know they've got shit to do. They've got lives, they've got jobs, they have, you know, they have other games they want to play. They, you know, it's things like that, and you know, it's like I understand catering for them, but at the same time, like there are people that are actually grinding the game. And when you don't balance towards those people, I feel like it really you're hurting your audience more than you're helping it.
And
you know,
and that's what Capcom has been doing such a decent job of. Is like they hear what the community feedback is, but they also allow the patches to really mature in terms of the changes that they make, so that when they do make changes, it really does swing the game in a way where it opens up a little bit more. But what we've seen throughout season 1, wait, I'm trying to get my bearings here. Kakeru won with JP. That was inevitable. That was always gonna happen. We knew that was gonna come at some point. He was gonna win a big one because he won EWC after losing Evo 2 weeks earlier. And then the brother that won the first Capcom Cup, Uma, he was playing with Judy, bruh. Like the most slept on character out of all the characters in season 1, bruh. He won with Judy. So we're entering season 3 now, and like the character pool is much wider than it is. Ken has finally been nerfed to the point where if the pros are dropping him, then you must know that the character is not good anymore. So I'm proudly playing a mid-tier character. So when I win with Ken,
let's not push it. Let's not push it.
I don't want to hear no cuck from no one when they lose to Ken.
Let's not push our luck tier 5. Come on, please.
Who's playing?
Yeah, I think he's pushing it.
Next up should be
Anyone plays Ken.
next up should be Lau Mac and Arango Pedro. You playing Lau? No one slept on Judy. What do you mean? She was top 5 in most tier lists. Yeah, tier list, but not in most played lists. She's one of the least played characters throughout season 1 and 2 of this game, dude. The data tracks. Judy is a high skill, high execution character, and people don't want to put in the time.
That level 2 especially.
Yeah, people don't want to put in the time to learn the high execution shit because it's a barrier to entry, and it does reward the players who really put the grind in. I'm looking at you, Bionic. I'm looking at you.
I don't want to hear anything about putting the grind in with that Kimberly character, man. She throws two
Shonen Judy, there
she
is
throws two cans. What am I supposed to do, man?
Shonen Judy.
You know about that 5? I have to check. Do you know about that?
About what now, my guy?
Kim throws two. She can throw both cans out at the same time now.
I did not know. No wonder Bionic. Bionic is saying, I play a bottom 5 character. Lies.
No. He's scamming you, man. He's scamming you.
Yo, Shonen Judy, there's a whole Guilty Gear Strive community, bruh. You're not gonna get any games online or any games in the rank, but if you join that WhatsApp community, there's a Guilty Gear Strive community in there, and they also run tournaments for that game, bruh. And that game is active as fuck, my guy. I'm also a Guilty Gear is how I got started doing all this shit, specifically Guilty Gear Strive. This
You won't get SA games on Guilty. Yeah.
not ranked, but you will get lobbies all day, every day.
Yeah,
bro.
lobbies, but you won't get ranked.
Yeah.
Especially with how the system works, the ranked system.
Fingers crossed the network rework that Oxus is dropping at some point is going to work out and we'll have some form of functional online again, but I'm not holding my breath for that. But in the meantime, Shonen Jury, hit that Guilty Gear Strive Let's Rock community, my guy. And you'll find some games, bro. There's people playing in there at a very, very high level on a daily basis.
What do you think of this this matchup? This matchup fight?
I feel like Jamie, once he gets to level 2, he should have the tools to work around the pierces and the ghosts. And nah, that's not something you can work around if you win burnout. But he's definitely have to get his drink game on. Oh yeah, he's gonna block that, my guy.
Oh, I guess that.
I mean, Lau
Can
plays.
still get the DP.
Lau plays
yeah.
against Juju, bruh. So like, you know that he's gonna have this matchup to a certain degree of I know what's going on. Yeah, you can't tank through that, my dude.
The thing is though, for me, I feel that when it comes to JB, I think Juju really knows how to use that character. Like, I feel he's put a lot of time into the character and he knows how to get the best out of him. And I think that in terms of matchup, this matchup is definitely in JP's favor. But I think it's definitely where the pressure comes in. That's where this match is really gonna be decided. Like, who has the better defense, honestly.
Yo, did I just see Eddie come back into the room?
I think he did, yeah.
Yo. Oh shit. You gonna have to tell Juju that man cabled up, bruh.
I don't know, man. This one was gone for like 30 minutes, bruh.
Look, Juju's my boy too, but fair is fair, my guy. This man didn't know that we had to cable up. The man came back with a cable. I have to give it to him. I can't like say nah, you were gone and now we're letting Juju play because he didn't communicate that he was gone. He just said okay. Juju, you'll have to enter next week, my dude. That man came back with a cable.
Ooh. Oh, no.
I respect it.
Right at the end. Right at the end.
Whoa.
Right at
Well,
the end.
you killing me,
I didn't
bro.
even punish or counter hit or anything, man. That just...
Well, Suma Vice, the man
Didn't block.
came back from Radio Shack. The man went to go buy a cable. That man came back cabled up.
I came back from Dion Wyatt. Is there still music?
Bruh, Musica folded about 2 years ago. I was there at the closing down sale and I got some good shit from them. But yeah, Musica does not exist anymore because physical media was on the down. Just in general, bruh.
Got absolutely...
No,
Aranga absolutely capitulating here, just collapsing.
under the pressure of
Has no idea what to do playing into this full screen game.
and that's the thing that hey, what's going on here? And that's the thing that I hate about playing against JP is that he can switch his approach to offense. He can either play full screen offense or he can play rushdown. Why?
He's not limited. He's not limited in any way. My main gripe with this man is that bloody Kane. I can't worth punish anything, man. This man is unworth punishable.
I think what I misjudge in this matchup is where's his hurtbox on that game. I
I have no clue, if I'm being honest with you.
I can never find the hurtbox and punish safely. Those canes have been nerfed. Where, Murambi? How? JP was nerfed for like maybe 4 months, and then Capcom said, "Nah, we can't nerf Kakeru like that. Here, Kakeru, here's the changes that you need."
But the group was nerfed him again. He was one already.
Brad, Tokido just picked up JP. There's no way they're nerfing this character now.
I don't know if the kid was used to play that character.
Bruh, I was watching the matches that they posted in the chat earlier, and that man is looking like a JP player, bruh. He's got the setups and like the core gameplay, and he's got down.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the kid likes that Ken gameplay too much. I don't think he'll realistically switch.
I mean,
He likes to play in that mid-range, and I think that's really like where Ken excels.
you can do a lot worse than having Ken as a main and JP as a pocket character.
That is true.
Why is Tokido not playing Akuma? Because Akuma dies too quickly in this game, bruh.
No
And
DP.
And maybe just Grand Skin, bruh. Ken is a fun as fuck character to play.
Could definitely killed it.
Ooh,
You could have definitely killed it. Didn't finish his plate. We'll see if this costs him. It cost him.
Mamushka.
Oh wait, what is happening? This is one of those.
Disgusting.
Oh no.
Disgusting.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Juju, I'm sorry, my dude. You know I got love for you, bruh, but this man came back. This man cabled up. So this man is here for the smoke, bruh. I'm not gonna be like, nah, you can't play. Hey, what am I doing? Yep, that man came back with a cable. Look at that man, cabled up. Juju, I'm sorry, my dude. I'll personally send you an apology, and to make it up for you, I'll reserve your spot for next week. Fair is fair. Freeze, can you please post in the chat Apollo versus Eddie? It's gonna be our last pools match for this evening, and then we should have our bracket filled out because it's looking a little bit like this as of right now. Loser side round 1 is gonna be Ashi versus Rango Pedro, and then loser of the Apollo versus Eddie Sport match is gonna face off against Tiny Slayer. So once pools is done, we will be dipping straight into the losers bag and getting those matches sorted out, and we'll continue loser side until we finish. Wait, let me see. Yeah, losers round 1 matches completed after this. Then we're gonna dip up winners side. Then we're gonna run losers quarters, losers semis, and then we'll close out the evening with winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals, which is all first to 3 matches. Reset, Apollo. Reset, my guy. Reset. Start back at 1. Brian McKnight numbers. You know what, Freeze? I think I can adjust your camera ever so slightly, my guy.
My phone is dead.
Is your phone
I
dead?
had to put it on charge. I had to put it on charge.
Ah, no stress, bro. No stress.
It's okay.
No stress. I'll adjust your camera off screen once the next match starts, and I can just fix you up. So when you're not playing fighting games, Freeze, what do you play, bro?
So I play 5-8. Playing Battle Slot 2. I don't know why.
Paragod! What kind, my bro? What kind? Juju Bean with a big raid! Party of 5! Welcome to Crazy 8s! Param pam pam pam! Ryu's tune is so jazzy, bruh. It just make me vibe in my chair. It's just like lumming here, bobbing my head.
Listen to the music all the time. I think I might have a third off, honestly. I've got my own music game that I'm playing. Maybe I've got like a stream on in the background. Because you know it takes like 30 minutes to plan the game, so I'm gonna do something while I'm waiting.
Bruh, when it comes to Street Fighter, because I commentate this game as much as I do, like I'm always listening to music, the game music specifically. And because like I just have a passion for video game music, bruh.
I'm pretty also like a big enjoyer of like OSTs and stuff like that. It's not my vibe though, you know what I mean? I'm going to I enjoy white boy music.
What is white boy music?
I enjoy like indie pop, indie rock, stuff like that. But I also listen to rap and stuff like that. The man these days is actually just all over the place.
You're gonna have to give me some names. Ooh, Apollo trying with the sneaky DI in the corner, but that LAN cable, that LAN cable reaction. Yeah, bro, the LAN cable reactions is working out. Rips off the level 3, 1 round apiece. Apollo, Eddie Sport for your last qualifying match here for poolside. Somebody's gonna go through to winners. Eddie Sport looking solid in terms of.
Again, though, I'm never willing to count Apollo out.
Likewise, my guy. He might just switch characters, bro, but maybe he's feeling the Elena.
I think Apollo's kind of like in a spot right now where he's trying to like really give this Elena character a chance. He's done it with all the characters. He's done it with Ed. He did it with Akuma. He did it with everyone. I think he's in a position right now where he's trying to really give this character a chance and kind of just see how the character feels for him, you know, in terms of strength, in terms of how much he likes the game plan.
And he looks to be executing this game plan really solidly, though. I think
He does, yeah.
I think where Eddie is getting the better of him is the fact that Ryu just shits damage in this patch, and Ryu doesn't need to interact.
Yeah, this character is so stupid, man.
I feel like they could have given him everything they gave him, but just toned down the damage a little bit, and I think Ryu's still a solid character. I feel like your flagship character must be decent in your game because he's like the face of your game. I don't care about Luke, bro. Luke is the face of lies. Ryu is always going to be the face of Street Fighter.
I mean, honestly, I think there's a few things that I really like gripe with this character. I think that the Lighthouse Shogeki giving you a combo for free, I think that's really stupid. I think that on counting, I don't think it should be doing all that. Another thing I really dislike about this character is I really dislike the fact that the donkey kick is safe.
Oh yeah,
I think
that's such a good
it's
poke
so
tool. Ah,
stupid.
this is dead. Delete!
It's safe and like near unworth punishable.
From experience, the only way to punish Donkey Kick is to preemptively DI and then absorb the heal to chest. Freeze, your phone died.
I don't know. I just think this character is really stupid, to be completely honest with you. I think that really it's just a thing of like he just gets away with so much for no apparent reason, if I'm being honest with you. Like he gets away with so much for free and just unpunishable. Like he can just do it's a guerrilla character, man. If I'm being honest, Ryu is not the Ryu he once was all those years ago.
I mean,
You know?
this is the best Ryu's ever been in a Street Fighter game. I'm talking about the best players of this evening's pools have made their way into winner semis. It's going to be Eddie Sport versus Murambi on winner side, and then we're going to get Sequele up against Lyle Mack. But first, we are going to rewind. We are going to continue the action on the loser side. It is going to be Ashy Inferno up against Arango Pedro, and then we're going to get Apollo CPT up against Sani Slayer, aka Tani Slayer. and then that should fill out the qualifiers for the losers quarters. Then we'll dip back up winners side, and then we can fill out those losers quarters matches. Then we'll continue on the loser side. Dude, Ethan been legit, man. I can't think of a time when I saw Ethan play where Ethan wasn't legit. Yo, Freeze, is your camera sorted out, bruh? Because I see you blank.
On the link, it's not letting me in through the link.
You blank on my screen, bruh. I can send you a new link.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
Yeah,
generate.
Hugh is just really strong in this patch. I think he can just throw out a lot.
Yeah, and he can do
Like, I
so
think-
without really having the same risks like other characters. Other characters,
Exactly.
other characters, when they throw shit out, they need to be mindful of the fact that they can get smoked. Whereas Ryu's just like, snuff pimping, I'm alright. You can try.
That's exactly my issue with the character. You know,
You
I
can
think
you can try and see what you're gonna do, but
that's exactly my issue with this character. You know, I think that he gets away with a lot, and he gets way more value, I think, than the average character for it, right?
that's 100% correct.
He gets away with more, and he gets a lot more value for it. He does, let's say he does a jab string into a frame trap, right? For most characters, that results in a knockdown at best, right? Take for example Judy. She can do jab into like a light or a medium store that gets a knockdown. If you look at like even Ken, he can do jab, he can do fireball, but that doesn't get him anything really, right? Ryu does jab, Ashokeki, counter hit, and then he just hits a bunch of damage on your chest. And all you did was try to take your turn back. That's the only thing you did wrong. That was your mistake. Your mistake was taking your turn back. In Ryu's house. So sorry, Ryu. So sorry. What is the counter for that? And then he just throws out donkey kick, and I don't punish it.
Yep.
And I swear, the range of that donkey kick is so much further than you really think it is.
Dude,
It looks so much at like you think like the end of his foot is in front of you. You can see the end of his foot. And you're like, okay, now let's do sweep, let's wolf punish this. And then you just get hit. And it's like, okay, well I guess Ryu forgot to clip his toenail or something, I don't know.
I don't think the toenails is the issue, but I think it's the hurtbox and the hitbox specifically, because it extends so far forward and is active for so long. It's like he has a stand heavy punch in donkey kick where he can throw it out safe, and when you think you are in range, then you just eat shit. Hold this mix, my guy. It was not your turn. And what that thing does to your drive bar, bruh, is criminal. Like he can just do a lot of things and pressure from safe distance, and you just get frustrated and looking at your drive bar deplete, because he does, what's that string they do? Crouch medium kick, donkey kick, ashogeki, crouch medium kick, donkey kick, ashogeki. And if you look at your drive bar, then you got like 3 bars left. And you're just like,
And then you try and take your turn back, you get counter hit Ashogeki into like 4k damage. No super. Okay. That's exactly what I wanted for my birthday. Thank you.
and once that shit confirms, bro, then you see green stuff into chin, show, Ryu, then you see your life bar go.
You just better pray. If you don't know, there's like a combo you can do. With punish counter, you can do it off of punish counter, heavy donkey kick. So there's like a setup you can do. It's a normal setup for you, right? So you do crouch medium kick, you have crouch medium kick as a frame kill, and then you can go into throw off of that. But then instead of doing throw, you bait throw with a heavy donkey kick. because it steps back slightly, so it baits the throw, and then he hits you with the heavy donkey kick, right? If he has a Hasho kick, a Tenjin charge, he can do 7k.
Jeez, that's a shit ton of damage, bro. Like,
7k for trying to take a throw. 7k for trying to take a throw.
who else in this game has that amount of damage, bro? That's insane.
I think Akuma, maybe.
Okay,
Or from like specific
okay, but Akuma,
Akuma, maybe Terry.
Akuma.
Nah, I think Terry gets close to 7k, but he doesn't break that 7k marker.
Nah, dude, I feel like Ryu is probably one of the only characters that when the resources line up, that he can consistently get 7k damage, bruh. Like, if Ryu players don't win everything this season, then they got outplayed, bruh.
I mean, they didn't win this weekend at the mix-up. Nephew qualifying for EWC with a jury. Speaking of jury, I'm actually really liking Ashley's jury here. It's looking very good. Not just talking about the costume.
I had in chat saying, hey, they gave Judy the K-pop skin just like Reaper did earlier. I feel like the skin is alright. I like the onesie more. The onesie lines up with Judy's personality.
I like the skin. I think the skin is clean. It looks very similar to the first skin, but like way more stylish.
Yeah, the color scheme is definitely taking cues from OG silhouette. But
And they gave her shoes. Thank God. We definitely killed there if we did another drive rush, or even if we just let the charge, the store for the heavy store move. If we just let that rock, I think that we could have definitely killed there. But we take the round anyway, no matter. I'm really liking Ashy's Judy here. It's looking very strong. He's got the neutral game down. He's moving very well.
dude, I don't even know like how long he's been playing this character, because he's been playing like Ed for so long. But I feel like he doesn't like Ed playing into as many matchups. But like I said, Pools is always a good place, and Crazy H in general is a good place to test your pocket characters to see how they line up against other people's mains in a tournament setting, because when you are playing Pools for Capcom Pro Tour, you are playing first to two.
SCP.
But will we see a character switch here? Nope. Man goes straight back in, right into Bathers Beach, out in the Caribbean right now. Okay, gets the early throw. Nice punish on the dive kick. Gets the confirm. Little bit late on that forward dash.
On the Oki, messing up on the Oki.
Oh, what a call out. Gets the DI. Nice confirm. Okay, he needs to work that last bit of life down. Takes this round. My man. Optimal round.
I think we could have definitely killed Beatles there. But, you know, you don't want to be greedy. You don't want to be greedy.
Bruh, if there's one thing that this game has taught me, is spend the meter. If you're in a situation where it looks like you're going to kill and you're uncertain if your ender or your knockdown string is going to kill, rather spend the meter to make sure, because you'll rather be a round up and one bar down than bar up and a round down. Because
yeah, especially if you're low on drive gauge, you know, this is the super volatile game. Things can change in 2 interactions, honestly. 2 interactions, you're in the corner, now you're guessing for your life.
And I feel like that's where the mind games of this game really get started, right? You fighting 2 life bars. You're fighting the green bar below the life bar, and you're trying to deplete the life bar at the same time. So now this is where Jamie becomes scary. Yep, get those drinks in, my guy. Yep, drink again, and now you start pressuring. Now you start using those plus frames. But Ashy is gonna come out.
This round was looking very bad for Ashy, but
he braved the storm. Gets the nice neutral jump.
It's shaped up quite nicely for him. Oh, this did.
Yep.
This fended. Yeah, this did. Jeez. Good round from Ashy there. I think that both players are looking let's say, a little bit suboptimal at the moment, missing some confirms. Could be tournament nerves, could be nerves being on stream, maybe a little bit of they're not used to the character yet, but for the most part they are looking quite solid, and let's see if they can do that sort of combo.
I like the fact that Ashy is calling out these palm strikes with neutral jump and getting the confirm, but I feel like he's not being as optimal as he can on the punishes. He should be
Definitely not. He's missing. Last game he baited a throw and then missed the punish. He opts for the level 1 there. Now, after level 1, Judy can get either double dash or she can even get dash into drive rush. But Ashy opting for the level 1 but not opting for either of those OP options. But takes the round anyway, so he's okay. That's fucking Thirsty Thursdays, you know. Happy hour. We're just getting our drinks in. No punishment.
Bruh, it's Tequila Thursdays and Ashley looking like it's Whiskey Wednesday, bruh. He needs to stop this man from getting these drinks in, because this man is on 4 drinks, and this is, as a Jamie player, the best place that you can win, because now you have access to this entire kit. Oh, what a check by Ashley, trying to work himself out this corner. Nice stick on the throw. Arango pressuring though. Again, neutral jumps.
Happens to land on the other side this time. Takes the corner. One more interaction and that's one touch into death here.
Okay, Arango.
Does he up to spend it? He does. He does need up to spend it. Not greedy. I respect it.
Gets got tension.
Could have also potentially opted to do EX. EX Rekkas there, maybe do some sort of level 2 combo, but maybe not well enough equipped with the character yet to offer that kind of thing. Just opts to spend the meter and takes the round.
Freezy, do you know if from those strings that Jamie has, right, can he go into level 1 from any of his strings?
I'm pretty sure he can't. It's actually only recently that they added the ability to go into level 3 off of the last hit of the Rekka. He couldn't do that before.
Wow.
Which is actually quite strange.
I feel like
I don't know if you've noticed, right? But when JV gets to 4 drinks, there's a screen freeze. Have you noticed that?
GG's. No, I have not been looking.
That screen freeze is cheap as hell, man.
I've not been looking at Jamie with the same eagle eyes that you have, my guy. GG's to Ashy Inferno, going down 2 games to Arango's 1. Arango moving on in Crazy 8's qualifier 3 for number 33 this evening. Not the character that I thought he was gonna show up with, but is what it is. Why are you guys playing in the second slot? Oh, they getting matches in. Cool. It is gonna be Apollo up against Tiny Slayer. Is Eddie Sport still in the room? Because I saw he left because
He
needs to play winner side.
Honestly, I don't think Ashy should be. I don't think Ashy. Ooh, connection is garbage. Can't say the end of the set. Pretty late now.
Okay, it looks like it's gonna be Lovely Elena versus Dripson.
Honestly, Ashy, I don't think you should be too upset with that performance. You played really well. I can see maybe you're a little bit nervous or a little bit unfamiliar with the character, but I think maybe another week, and you should be definitely up to scratch with that Judy.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. If you're telling me that players on LAN connections are as cocky as players on Wi-Fi connection, then I don't know, bruh. That's a hard one for me, man, because I'm doing my best here, guys. I'm trying to make sure that everybody is playing on the same playing field, but this is Africa, so not all ISPs are built the same. What are you gonna do?
It is a difficult spot to be in, you know, because you don't want to exclude people just because they're from a specific country, and like it's even like an issue in America, right? Like if you have a really bad connection with someone, it's like we can't dump that person just because you say they have a bad connection. Like we need kind of reports from a bunch of players. You know what I mean?
Look, dude, I like to keep the buck as far as everybody's concerned. I did my bit, and I said that this is a LAN only, no Wi-Fi. Eddie started on Wi-Fi, man dipped, came back, bought a cable. We immediately saw the difference. That match ran smooth AF. Put Apollo in losers, so if you lose to a player with a connection issue, I apologize, my guy. There's not much I can do. I am only but a man.
At the end of the day, we can't really confirm like is these connections, is your connection, is it just CFN, is it just the distance that you guys are from each other?
That,
So it's just a difficult spot to be in general.
like the guys that compete in Capcom Pro Tour locally, right? You guys need to tell me what Capcom does when there's a connection issue, and what do they do to confirm which player it is that has the poor connection, and what is the way that they resolve these issues, because I'd like to know as a Theo, because I try and follow the Capcom Pro Tour blueprint for online as closely as possible. So my tournaments are open to the same countries that Capcom's is, and I try and apply the same rules that they have in terms of connections as best as possible.
I think it's maybe just a thing of like, I don't know, it's a difficult spot, man, because like there's a certain point, because now like you're getting to like this position where like this is for Capcom Cup qualification, so like you just might have to exclude people based on country. Like, ooh,
What a call
very
out!
nice TP.
What a call out on the jump in Apollo taking
Not even
the
opting for the
game.
TP, just opting for the super.
Yep, dude. Like I said in the previous set, man, rather spend the meter to ensure you get the kill, brah, than conserve the meter and die for it. Right now, Apollo looking very comfortable in this match versus Dripson. Like this costume for, like, why can't they give Ken this level of cool? Like, Ken is literally one of the coolest fighting game characters to ever exist. Like, his default costume, Drip extraordinaire. Like, all they had to do was just give him some cool shit for outfit 3. Instead, they gave him this prep school rich boy outfit that looks like he's wearing pants that are too tight. Like, why you do my
Out on the DI.
why you do my guy like
Not
that?
gonna get away with it. Apollo shaping up now, looking a lot more solid in his last couple of rounds.
Yep, looking a lot more comfortable and settled in this match versus Bison as well. And
Not wanting Reaper to really get away with anything here. Ooh,
Lil Weasel,
punish.
Lil Weasel on the stage. Yo, Sana, who's Lil Weasel? Literally a character from your whole country, Sana, on screen right now. Oh, call out on the DI again.
Is you up for level 3 here? Wouldn't be surprised if he did. Yeah.
Should be dead.
No. He's got a sliver. He's got something to fight with here, but his next couple decisions have to be the right. That is not the right decision.
Unlucky. Apollo moving on into losers quarters, sending out my homie Tani Slayer 2-0. Damn. So your bracket is looking a little bit like this. If you just joined wherever you are watching from in the world, shout outs to you and yours. We are going to shift up to winner side action now. It is going to be Eddie Sport up against Murambi and Sequele up against Lal Mac. So that's going to be Ryu versus Akuma. And man, I don't want to be Akuma in that match, brah, because we've been saying all night long Ryu got the dump patch, and those hands have hands, man.
You know what? Ryu versus Akuma is in terms of the damage matchup is such an interesting matchup, because what everybody says, yes, Akuma has 9k HP, but it makes you feel like you have 9k HP. But I mean, against Ryu, it's almost like that 9k goes down to like 8.
Hey,
Like maybe you get away with like 3 interactions on Akuma usually, but I feel like, you know, against Ryu, you're gonna get away with like what, 2?
I feel like versus Akuma, the action is gonna be 2 minimum, bro. You get like 2 mistakes and that's that. Man is made out of styrofoam.
He's made out of styrofoam, but it's what's in the styrofoam cup that's really the determinant. But we're gonna see what's in the styrofoam cup here for Murambi.
Murambi's gonna have to sip on the winner's juice, my guy. He's gonna have to drink deep from the winner's cup if he wants to keep himself alive here.
Murambi's definitely gonna have to. Ooh.
Looking good in that first round.
Murambi's definitely
Looking
gonna have to be as optimal as he can. You know, you want to give Ryu as little interactions as possible, and it seems that that's what Murambi's trying his best to do here. Making the most and making the best of every hit he can get. Keeping the pressure piled on, not letting Ryu get any time to breathe. And seems to just be making all the right decisions here, all the right guesses, all the right reads.
God damn! Murambi doing his homework, calculating everything down to the last frame, nets himself game number 1 in this winners round of Crazy 8s here. Okay, we checking buttons mid-screen, throwing out folks, trying to see what sticks. I like that Murambi is weaving in and out here, looking for these spots where he can potentially find an opening.
I mean, I feel like on Akuma you have to be, right? That move speed is just so unbelievable. If you're not just walking in and out of a range trying to get some openings, like, you're kind of just wasting that move speed.
That's one of
No DP on the back jump in the corner, unfortunately.
That's one of Akuma's biggest strengths in any matchup, is the fact that he can move and weave and bob and slay in and out of situations better than most other characters. And it's not just the ground approach. His air approach as well as his grounded approach is something that you always need to be on your toes for, because he can cross you up with a demon flip. He can dive kick your ass. He can, if you throw a fireball, bait you into doing something by doing the demon flip and landing like that, delaying his landing frames with the fireball. Oh, goes for the adamant flame level 2. Rib check. Okay. Oh,
Eddie looking very just
unsettled.
Nervous or what? He's getting a lot of hits, getting a lot of openings, but not making the most of any of them. He's gotten so many hits so far. He's not converting them into pressure, damage, OP, nothing.
What?
Just stray hits.
Bruh, no stray hits add up, my guy.
I never seen some shit like that, man. I never seen some shit like that.
Dude, those stray hits definitely worked out in that round. I didn't even know that of Heavy Tatsu you get DP as a confirmed follow-up, bruh.
I didn't know that either, because I don't think there's a single Ryu or Ken player in the world that is opting for that to be finals. I think people stop doing that when they get to like when they get out of like flat. But I guess, you know, one thing I've learned about fighting games is that there's no wrong option.
I feel like Murambi had the kill on that confirmed, but
He definitely did.
didn't clean his plate, and now he needs to deal with this. Yep, Ashogeki pressure in Burnout is not a place where you want to be, not just as an Akuma, but as a Street Fighter 6 player in general.
Definitely not.
It
It's
is-
so difficult to get through. And like we spoke about earlier, those counter hits on the Aoshigeki, he can convert that into crazy damage. And if he doesn't, he's damaging your health anyway. He's chipping away, and there's not really much you can do to stop him. But like I was saying, you know, one thing I've learned with fighting games and a lot of games in general, you know, is just like, when you're lower rank, they say don't do this. And then when you get to a certain point, you're like, oh, I shouldn't do this, but like, there's no such thing as a wrong thing to do. It's all about the intention that you put behind it, you know?
Yep, if you can make an unsafe thing work in a situation where your opponent does not know that that thing is unsafe, comes back to what we were saying earlier. Kids, pick up! Jeez. The juggle string working out in Eddie Sports' favor.
Rambi just unable to close out the round here.
And I feel like this is off the back of that previous game that he
That's
lost,
funny thing.
where he had the confirmed. Ooh, reactions are good.
That's one of the hardest things to do as a fighting game player, you know, is to get those mistakes out of your head and
Oh, this
just
is gonna hurt.
what?
Could have gone for the level 3. Could have spent that last bit of drive bar. Oh, nobody home. Adam and Flame opts to not go for the CA. I respect it.
Can't take this round, just fireball him out, chip him out.
Franco, I was playing ranked last night, bruh, and I played against a Ed player, and because I don't really play Street Fighter 6 ranked, this man was getting away with murder, bruh, until I eventually called it out, and he couldn't do it anymore, and I was like just waiting, throwing things out, knowing that at some point he's going to try and do something, and then just call it out every time. But Murambi looking so good.
Really tightening up for this round.
That is G to the GG, my guy. Murambi moving on. Winner's side sending Eddie Sport down into the losers bracket. Murambi sitting comfortable in winners finals. Let's have a quick look at your bracket before we get that next winners match underway, which is going to be Sequele up against Lyle Mack.
I was in the gate, in the middle of the room.
Lyla's busy playing Uncle Weezy. So your bracket is shaping up like this. We've got your losers quarters match 1 sorted out. It's going to be Eddie Sport 86 up against Arango, and then the loser of Sequele versus Lyle Mack is going to go up against Apollo. So after this one, we are going to get Eddie Sport versus Arango Pedro, and then we'll close out your losers quarters with whoever loses this match up against Apollo CPT. Oh, wrong button. Kick Will. No. Why? Will's helping people train, bro. He's keeping them warm, making sure that you get a well-oiled opponent by the time you play your match.
Is this not unfair? Is this not unfair advantage? This one's getting extra training sessions in here mid tournament.
I mean, when you watch any major, like, no matter where you are in the world, you'll always see like most of the pros, like once they're done playing, they go and jam casual matches just to stay warm, just to keep themselves welled up, because it's quite a long day for you as a pro player. Considering that depending on what time your bracket starts, you could possibly be playing matches for the next 6 to 8 hours. So in order for you to remain, you know, really lucid in terms of your gameplay.
So that's one of my like strange conspiracy beliefs I have when it comes to tournaments, right? I feel like in grand finals, the reset guy, if he gets the reset, I feel like he's in such a much better position to win at that point, because he's been playing for the last hour. This guy hasn't played in an hour, you know.
I mean that's also debatable, because you don't know what's happening off screen. You don't know if that man is busy playing games the entire time. So Sequele taking a quick round 1 here.
And it's also about getting over that mental fatigue. You know, he hasn't been playing for the last hour, but he has. Is he able to get over the fact that he's tired? You know, I know if I play, you know, a couple first 10s, I'm super tired. That the last 3 rounds of the first 10 are looking super shaky, because I know I'm doing some stupid stuff, because it's just difficult to think at that point, you know, because you've been thinking, especially when you get to top 8 and at high level, you've been thinking for, your brains are running and you don't have a chance to stop thinking, right? So it's, can they get over that mental fatigue as well? But Lyle coming back with a quick perfect to make this 1-1 in this matchup. Both had about 2 bars here, so about equal on the resources.
This is trademark Lyle, bro. Lose a round quickly and then perfect. Show the opponent that whatever you just did not unsettle me, did not unfaze me. I'm still in this thing. I've got enough gas in the tank. But to speak to your point when you say like when you're playing first to tens versus playing pools matches like this, first to tens are definitely a lot more mentally taxing because your unconscious biases get exposed a lot quicker in a first to 10 than they would in a first to 2 or a first to 3, because there's just so much more time for your opponent to adapt and experiment with things and just put things out there to understand. If I present situation X, how do you respond? Oh yeah, Chip's gonna kill. Cheeky on the side of the young Mac Lyle takes game number
Burnt
1
out,
over
full
Sequele.
screen, low health. No chance at victory at that point.
Ban JP next week. Franco saying Fighter Z locals have me used to running long set 7 to 12 hour sessions aren't rare to me. Dude, if I get anything more than a 2-hour session, then that's long for me because of the fact that day job, kids, house, wife. So on the rare occasions, I think I did like a 6-hour stream 2 weeks ago. That was a very rare occasion where my wife was sleeping, my kids weren't home, and I just had the opportunity just to watch some fighting games, play some games, and just have fun, bruh.
Just wakes up with DR,
Yep.
not respecting anything.
What a call out on the side of Lal Mac. 1 round away of advancing into winners finals. On the other side of that winners finals is Murambi. He's gonna go up against this JP. I feel like Akuma is one of the better characters in a JP matchup because of the fact that he has so much mobility, the options that he can utilize in terms of demon flips, teleports, delaying his air movement by jumping and throwing in air huddle. He's just got so much tools to deal with most of the bullshit that JP's trying to do.
And you know, when we start getting to the top 8 here, like the skill gap between the players becomes a lot narrower, and the real determinant of who wins and who loses here is it really gonna be who has the better matchup knowledge and who is gonna autopilot the least, you know? And if you do autopilot, who's ready to call it out?
100% correct, man. Like Sequele, a good call out on the fact that he saw a gap in the Pierce. He executed his level 3, but wasn't enough juice in the tank, man. The juice was not worth the squeeze. Lao Mac going up 2-0 over Sequele, advancing into winners finals. Sequele is in the loser side, down but not out. Just gonna have another quick look at your bracket so we can see what is going to be happening in terms of the order of progression for the rest of the evening. So as we get into the tail end of this qualifier for Crazy 8 number 33, it is going to be Eddie Sport up against Arango Pedro. Then we are going to get Sequele up against Apollo CBT. Then we're going to dip straight into losers, and that'll be your last loser side match, which is going to be loser semis. That's going to be your last first 2 match, and then we'll dip back up to winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals, and all those are going to be first place. Eddie Sport, I don't know if you're watching the stream, my guy, but you are up, you are down but not out. If you can just message the homies in the chat, please. Freezy, dude, I wonder if my Windows keyboard will work on my PlayStation. It should, right? Because
At my
because then I'm just gonna plug my keyboard in next week, bruh. It just looks a lot easier in terms of just in terms of just
most definitely is. Most definitely is.
in
I
terms
have to agree with you there.
in terms of communicating in the lobby itself. Okay, Mr. Eddie Sport loses quarters. Let's go.
the king of the round with a cheeky.
Nah,
Ooh.
I don't mind, Franco. And just coming back to your earlier comment, dude, in terms of the availability of time that you have, yeah, my priorities definitely are different to yours, but in terms of putting in that amount of sessions, like at this stage of my life where I am right now, putting in that amount of time is not something that I can do as often. But when I was younger, definitely, bro. We used to hit LAN sessions on a Friday and a Saturday night. You show up at the LAN like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, and you leave like the next morning, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, bro. Some of the best nights of my life, guy. Most memorable as well. You just link up with the homies that you haven't seen in a bit, and then there's just brassa. Like I don't know, you guys don't speak South African slang, so there's just homies of homies that will show up, and dude, it's just amazing. We end up playing everything. Fun times, man. But playing Dragon Ball Fighters for 7 to 12 hours, holy shit, bruh. That's a different kind of mental state.
The rounds in that game were already long. Eddie should have taken that round here. Should be able to kill level 1 here.
Optimal on the side of Eddie, making
Character just pulls damage out of his neck.
bruh, that's Ryu for season 3, my guy. I do think that once a guide comes out, I think Capcom might do a slight balance patch. I'm hoping they do a slight balance patch because it's very evident that Ryu has a clear advantage over most characters in the game, and he's in a tier by himself right now. Like a very competent Ryu player, Blaz, I'm looking at you, is going to make things ridiculously hard for other players in an offline setting. Like online, anything goes.
Oh. Level 3, yeah.
Does he have enough bot to get the extensions?
The DI reset here? No, just ups for the damage.
Oh, what a call
Try
out!
to get cheeky. Try to get cheeky. Oh, he's dead.
Yep.
He's dead.
Yep. Oh, he drops!
He's not dead. He's not dead. He's. What the?
He was a lit.
Nah, that was a generational joke. That was a generational joke. You must chew his food properly.
On this channel, we like to say he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Must chew his food properly, bruh.
One thing I noticed about Eddie, whenever he's looking for the level 3 chip kill, he is misjudging how close he is because he needs to hit startup frames to get the maximum amount of chips. But that's why it doesn't kill, because he's getting the upward
I mean, you could
trajectory.
have just cancelled into Asher Keki then.
Also true.
Light Asher Keki. I mean, you wouldn't have been able to press anyway. So Light Asher Keki level 3 and. Wouldn't have.
Bruh, I'm the kind of guy that likes showboating. I will level 3 your ass even if you have a sliver of health left. I don't care.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'll make you sit there and watch the whole CA animation, bruh.
I'm here to play, bro. If I wanted to watch a movie, I would have gone to Sticky Nico.
Bruh, Sticky Nico's going through some tough times, bruh. Yo!
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you so much for the follow! I cannot see your name. Let me go into the activity log. Levert Adams, thank you so much for the follow. Shonen Judy, as well as Olo Mans. Appreciate all the follows for the channel. Please do keep that notifications turned on because we bring you the hype in South African fighting game action every Wednesday and bi-weekly every Monday. So for this Monday, I actually haven't decided what game we are going to do. 2 weeks ago, we did some City of the Wolves, so maybe this Monday we'll kick it old school and do a little bit of Guilty Gear Strive. Who knows?
Pretty tough spot for Arango here. And we're just gonna. Oh. Wait.
It's considered disrespectful to do unnecessary level 3s. Maybe you shouldn't have talked shit.
I just don't wanna waste my time, man.
Bruh, I've got nothing but time. When I look at the biological clock, bruh, I've got more time ahead of me than I have behind because I still plan to be here for a very, very, very long time, bruh.
Really?
Dude, I've been playing fighting games since 1991. It's 2025, so I'm still gonna be playing fighting games for a very, very long time. I'll bet at a more and more casual level because, dude, I've just fallen in love with JRPGs. I think in the earlier years when I was super deep into fighting games, I was just reluctant to pick up anything that was the fighting game. And as I've gotten older, like I just resonate so much more with the stories and the themes that JRPGs tell. You know, the stories of struggle, the stories of fighting against oneself, and just taking those gradual steps of progression into becoming a better version of yourself, picking up these skills along the way. So JRPGs are like very deep on philosophical themes, and that's kind of where I am right now. And like fighting games I play with my friends is what I do to hang out with them, because that's what I used to do when I was younger. You go to the arcade to hang out with your brother.
I do enjoy a good story game here and there, but I think for me, I'm very much into that competitive aspect of gaming. Like testing your skill against others. What are we doing?
I did not need to do the level 3. The level 1 would have killed my guy.
We are just having rounds for no reason.
Smoke and Token in Retreat, Wonderland at Cape Town Station, Magic Company in Westgate Mall. I didn't frequent.
Nice reaction to the TI.
I didn't frequent at Wonderland and N1 as much. The Legend,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought there was only Wonderland in Canal. I didn't know there was more than one Wonderland.
dude, that's not even a Wonderland, bro. That's like a shadow of what an arcade is supposed to be. Recently finished DMC5 main story. I've had DMC5 for so long and I've never played that game, purely because whenever I intend to pick it up, like, I'm always in between games. And when I say in between games, I mean there's games that I really want to play, and then when I'm in between games, like I don't have anything that I'm super into right now, then I'll have a game like DMC5, and then G to the GG's. Arango Pedro moving on in the bracket this evening for Crazy. It's going 2-1 over Eddie Sport. Next up, it is going to be the People's Champ himself versus Cape Town's very own Apollo. Why am I at the bottom? Yeah, I must be there. Redo DMC5 with Virgil. DMC5 is top 5 game of all time. I'll take you at your word, Apollo. You aren't the first one in my...
We have Apollo against?
Apollo versus Sequedi. You aren't the first one in my gaming circle that has made the same comment. Like one of my very close friends, Duri, right? He's the Jabi of JRPGs. Like the way that man's brain works in terms of builds and understanding how to put together a character or a build to achieve a specific outcome. I mean, that man does no damage runs on like most of the games that he gets into, bruh. Oh man like Apollo switching. You know what, Freeze, you were right, my guy. You said you might see this man rip out an Akuma at some point, and here we are, bruh. Akuma versus Geef. But Sequele put square on the gas. This man is not pumping the brakes. He's looking to close this round out quick, fast. Anyone here play Warframe?
Yeah, Apollo.
No, sir, I don't play
Hell
Warframe.
no, man.
DMC 2413 then 5. Is that for the canonical story? Because from the stories that I've heard, DMC don't actually have a story. But I think as far as DMC is concerned, I would really love if Capcom did a remake of DMC3 because that's the DMC game that I spent the most time playing and the game that I enjoyed the most. So if Capcom, if you're listening, I'd really love a DMC3 remake. You did it for Resident Evil. I'm sure you can give us one for DMC. Come on, man. Oof.
Well, I managed to take back a round here. Yeah, in that first round, Apollo just missing that combo, messing up, and I just cost him the entire round. Put him in the corner, half his health gone already. So he's had to fight his way back a bit here.
Ooh.
Going into this round, down 3 bars, but making a good start at etching away on that 12k health. Really baiting out these lariats from Sequele. Sequele not really being able to get the read on the anti-air here.
But Geef now has him in the corner, dude. This is a scary situation because of shit like that, bruh. Boris Dynamite. And just like that, the tide of battle is swung in favor of the People's Champ Sequele, looking to...
No parry on the side of Apollo.
Bruh, that
You
is...
need to be looking out for that. His health too low. You need to be looking out for the parry there.
That is a jump scare of note, my guy. You are never ready for that cuck when it happens. Like, in your mind, mentally, you are trying to stack the options and think, what is he going to do? And they always do the most basic thing that you're expecting, but your reactions never wake up in time. So you say you're ranking them with 5 being the best. I take you at your word, bruh. When I finish Lies of P DLC, because I'm currently playing Neo Automata, and like this game is beginning to suck me in now. Like the first playthrough is the worst playthrough because it's the most tedious, and when you get to the second playthrough where I am now, oh my goodness, like this game is so good. I will recommend Neo Automata to anyone that loves third-person action games, and that game isn't as heavy on the on the RPG mechanics as most traditional JRPGs, but it definitely has its own systems and tropes that just make it such an immersive experience. Like,
Really, finally getting a lariat here.
I'm just loving that game so much right now. Oh my goodness!
Now piling on the pressure and the damage. Opting for the level 2. Into the lariat.
Like in
Apollo gets him into the corner. He has nothing to really to counter this DI that's coming. Besides that back hit, that charge heavy punch, but Apollo baiting it out and punishing appropriately.
okay, Apollo needs to close this out now. Oh,
Really just missed his opportunity to stun there.
well, he had him in burnout. Should have used the fact that he had drive bar available, but Apollo's gonna pay for that miscalculation with his life. Sequele moving on, loses side, gonna go up against Arango Pedro for that losers finals spot. Man, the thing about Geef is Geef can get rid of Akuma's health bar in oh dude, it almost feels criminal at times. It feels so unfair to have to be subject to the kind of damage output that Geef has when he goes up against Akuma. Like Akuma can, I don't think he can trade damage. And when I say trade damage, I mean if you go 1 for 1 in terms of damage output, they are the same, but it hurts more for Akuma because he's a low health character and he has to hit Geef a lot more than Geef has to hit him.
No, absolutely.
Thanks for hanging, Franco.
No, absolutely, I agree with you, Five. Very difficult, not necessarily matchup, but a very scary matchup to be in. Because you know the grappler game plan is guess, and if you guess wrong, that's like what 30% of your HP gone when you're playing Akuma, So it really makes it difficult, but. I think really where Apollo was struggling that matchup, especially with pressure, is he wasn't really making use of that EXTP or any other options. He didn't mash jab, didn't mash DI, anything to really stop Sequele from resetting pressure with those hull stabs into into the head by the reset and then going for the throws. We just didn't see any sort of a risky options coming out of Apollo there. No TPs. He threw a fireball here and there, but just nothing really to keep Sequele out or to stop him from resetting pressure. And I think that's really where Apollo struggled in this matchup.
That's one of the hardest things to do versus Geef, is to keep Geef out, because Geef's buttons, once he's in, they're so active and they apply pressure in a way where it's always this mind game. Is he going to continue with the poke pressure? Is he going to continue with the plus frame pressure? Am I getting the forward lunging knee? Is he going to go into SPD drive rush? Is he drive rush medium low? Geef just has all these options, and Sequele is a neutral monster, man. Sequele is one of the people that the reason his Geef is as strong as it is because Sequele plays really good neutral.
I think I agree with you there, but I also think that Sequele is like quite the cheeky player, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't stop him, he's gonna take his chances where he gets them. And
Yeah.
he's gonna make you regret not stopping him.
Dude, you can.
If you don't DP, he's gonna jump. If you drop your combo, he's gonna SPD you. If you do something even remotely unsafe, if you don't DP or stop him from resetting his pressure, he's gonna do it. And he's gonna do it to stack that mental stack and make you nervous. Because the more nervous you are, the more mistakes you make. Arango making a number of mistakes in his first few interactions, but no punish is coming from the side of Sequele. Okay, finally we get a punish into the corner.
Back throw now, crouch, medium kick into drive rush. Oh, wake up deep before they get off me. Let me breathe, son. Let me take a drink while I'm at it too. Oh, Sequele just too far. Has a sliver of... Good call out.
Whether it was a reaction or whether he just woke up with it, doesn't matter. The kill is the kill, and that's the round.
Good call out on the side of Arangro, noticing that, like you said, Freezy, Sequele going for the cheeky stuff, went for the desperation impact. It did not land because that man had the level 1 on speed dial, as does the drinks. That man is absolutely wasted right now. This is where Jamie is supposed to be his most optimal, and I feel like against Geef, a character like Jamie that has all these buttons that are multi-hitting, he's just gonna stand there and wait for you to throw your shit out, because after you've done all that and none of that opens him up, you left wondering like, okay, what else do I have to do against this character? But Arango finding all the right openings.
Grapple the grappler. Grapple the grappler, and so Arango should be taking the round here.
Okay, I got kicked. Thank you, CFN.
Indeed, as well, but kicked.
Thank you so much, CFN. I appreciate you booting my ass. Oh wait,
Oh.
Arango left the room. That, for all intents and purposes, killed, right? So we can award Arango the game.
Nobody got killed?
Yeah, it was level 3. Sequele had like a smidge of life left, bro.
No. Light scaling with JV's level 3 damage.
He did have like 4/6 of a drive bar, so I think that he would have definitely followed up and got the kill.
I mean, we can type to Arango here when he comes back. We can... But at the end of the day, he's the one that disconnected. So, but I think we can do a. There's a new feature now, a recovery feature.
They can
Yes.
definitely do that and see if they can pull the match back and play it from there.
It won't be, I think, at the same half point, but I'm pretty sure it'll be like at the last round, 7 months of par.
That's fair.
Because I don't know if that level 3 was killing. Like, yes, he could have done a combo afterwards, but we've seen Arango hasn't been too clean tonight. So there was definitely a possibility of that combo dropping. And even if he has been clean, there's always a possibility of the combo dropping. So okay, Sequele saying give him the game.
Sequele is a man of culture, bruh. He was gonna kill unless he drops. I agree, Murambi. Just from witnessing how those interactions go, he did land the level 3. He had like 4/6 of a drive bar left, and considering the amount of drive bar that he had and the life that Sequele had left, I'm sure that any follow-up after that would have definitely killed. So we will give Arango the game and wait for him to come back, unless he says that he wants to forfeit. The game is his, and Sequele, man, he's a student of the game, Brian. He's a man of the culture, so he's never gonna be like, nah, I want that game because dude disconnected. Sequele does not want anything for free, bruh. He wants to earn.
I don't know if that's even fair.
He wants to earn his skills, bruh. Old school.
I can respect it. But if that's me. If that's me, it's one no, bro. If that's me, it's one no.
Look, it's always gonna be up to the players, and Sequele said give the man the game, so we'll give the man the game. It is just after the hour of 9 o'clock. Jeez, you guys are steamrolling this evening, playing at absolutely blistering pace. And that's one of the things about Crazy 8s, man. The first match is normally like the match that takes the longest to get going, and once the matches get going, bro, then it's just like snowballs. And
The first match, all the problems come out. That's the real issue, honestly.
yep, and that's always the Sequele is switching into his Blanca suit. I was supposed to put my phone on charge 2 hours ago. Oh, I did put my phone on charge. Hey, baby girl.
I made a quack out of
Oh.
toilet paper. What
That
is that mean?
that quack is fragile. That guy is freezy. He's doing commentary with me for Street Fighter 6 this evening, baby.
Okay. This is hard to make.
I
tried
can
not to get
imagine.
it.
You did such a good job because it looks perfect.
I've made a toilet paper quack before, but
I don't remember how to make those
never
anymore, I'll be
all
honest.
It's like all the sides with the same.
Yep, you got your lines so perfect. Baby, please excuse me. I need to commentate these next 1 to 3, 1 to 4 matches. Okay?
Okay, so then when will you be done streaming?
Probably in another hour, baby.
What?
Okay, love you.
Just waiting on Arango to come back into the room, yeah, and it's taking quite a while.
No rush, man.
Uh,
No rush, bruh.
Do we have contacted me? Did we find out?
You
what
can add
what
him.
the vibe is?
You can add him in the Street Fighter group chat. You should be able to add him. Bow, wow, wow.
Waiting on response now. Let me check if the message delivered.
Okay, let me try because I was just checking messages on my side as well.
His internet may be down, potentially.
No idea. Okay, Ned says he'll talk to him. Ned, thanks so much, bud. Appreciate you. Okay, while we're waiting for that to happen, I'm gonna throw some money in the Matcherino. This week, unfortunately, we do not have any sponsored codes, any sponsored links that we can contribute, so it's direct contributions only. So if you do feel like this evening's action was something that you'd like to support and contribute to, please consider contributing directly through Match Arena. There we go, and that should update. Cool. Okay, there we go. $5 in the machine, just like that. So that gets paid out to tonight's winner. $5 whole available. I think last week we raised like $20 for the winner. A week before, I think we also had like 20. No, I think we had like $32. So yeah, man. Players are eating. Where's Mr. Chucks? He was on the Tekken stream. Shout outs to Mr. Chucks, man. Big supporter of the community. It's probably one of the smoothest voices in the FGC. I think we should get him on to do some commentary one time, but that man is super busy. So one day when he's available, we'll let him pull up. Let's just see. Yo, Elfries, I don't know about you, bruh. You are based in Cape Town, Joburg?
Yeah, Cape Town.
Which part of Cape Town?
Near Athlone side.
What?
Athlone Lansdowne side.
Okay. Okay, Ned says that he's just having a situation with his connection. Dude, I live on the West Coast, right? I'm out in Parkland, so that's like a stone throw from Bloberg, from Tableview. And on this side of the world, it's cold, bro. That's why I'm sitting here with a beanie, a hoodie, and a fucking puffer jacket. And I see you lumming liquor there with just your Adidas long sleeve crew neck on. So I'm going to assume.
It's a jersey. This is a nice jersey, bro. This is nice.
Do my kids play fighting games? My girls, yes. My girls play just about every fighting game that I play. So anything they see me playing, they will join in and play with me. But they are part of the reason why I have a renewed respect for modern controls, because they would have never gotten into fighting games under the traditional system of motion inputs. So they play with modern controls on almost any game, but their favorite game is Street Fighter 6. That's the game they love. They just resonate with the characters. My baby was just here. She loves playing Chang-Li and Gief. And then my middle daughter, she likes playing
Chang-Li and Gief.
Yep, my middle daughter likes playing Judy and Aki. So she has a thing for the toxicness. I think she might just be that age. And my son, when he does play, my son's more of a survival horror enjoyer. So he's big time into zombie games. Like that's his favorite genre. Dying Light is his favorite gaming franchise right now. So anything related to
Dying Light is sick. Dying Light is sick.
Yep. He's super hyped for Dying Light 3 because like the main character's coming back, and he was telling me like all the lore and the theories and like the hypotheticals of what's going to happen. Training a modern Zangief, yeah. She's a modern Zangief, bruh. And my youngest one, it was, yeah, she's 7, so she's a little bit more mashy when it comes to playing. But she always asks me when I use this, it's like, she always says like, Dada, when can I use that one? And I'm like, when you show me that you play more fighting games than you play Roblox, then you can use this, because Roblox is the go-to game for the kids.
But if she's playing fighting games on Roblox.
Yeah, my son does. He's a big fan of Roblox-based fighting games. I always tell him like, so why don't you just play a real fighting game? Because like you have a gaming PC in your room. My PlayStation 4 Pro's in the lounge, so you can just access any game from my profile. And then I've got the PS5 here with me. So like you guys, if ever you just want to do anything fighting game related, like just come and get the controls because I've got so many. But yeah, my kids do jam fighting games, but they're not as passionate as I am yet. But maybe they grow into it. But they are also very much kids of the internet age. They are chronically online, like most kids that are growing up in this generation. They also speak to their cousins every day, and their cousins all play Roblox.
I mean, honestly, the internet is how I learned to play Street Fighter, you know? Internet is how I learned to play Street Fighter. It's how I learned to play Cammy specifically, you know?
How
Yeah,
how hard was it to switch from DBZ, which is essentially a simple input game, to something like Street Fighter, which has links and a combo system where you need to manage meter a little bit differently than you would in DBFZ? Because DBFZ, your meter is mostly used for cash out, right?
yeah, for supers, yeah.
Yep, and in Street Fighter 6, you building super meter, but you're also managing a drive bar, which is a completely different resource.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that crazy because before I played Dragon Ball, and then I played Guilty Gear for a bit.
Dude, Guilty Gear is my game, dog.
I played Guilty Gear for a bit, and then I stopped playing Guilty Gear for something. I think I went back to Dragon Ball. But I mean, Guilty Gear's got like, you know, the double quarter circle inputs. It's got the DP inputs. I played Geo, so I was used to kind of the inputs. But in terms of the links, I think is kind of where the difficulty really came in, because the links, like, it's just a completely different combo system. Like even comparing it to Guilty Gear, like Guilty Gear, you just do stuff, and then if it lands, you convert. If it doesn't, like, you just do a block string. If the block string converts, and then if it needs to convert it, if it doesn't, you just end the block string. It's the same with Dragon Ball, you know. Whereas, like, I didn't even understand the concept of there not being a block string. Of there like not being a block string in Street Fighter. Like the fact that jab, that's like the longest block string you're realistically gonna get without spending any meter, is like, that was like a difficult concept for me to understand. Like, oh, what? I'm just pressing one button and I'm supposed to do something from that one button.
So,
but like, yeah.
well, with Guilty Gear though, once you learn how the Gatling system works, right, and specifically how your character's Gatling system works, then your block strings, can become like really ridiculous ways to set up things and trap your opponent and make them press buttons and make them
like spacing traps
and using
like
RC
and shit like
that's where the layers in Guilty Gear really start opening up. And that's one of the things that I love about that game, that it's Unga Bunga, but at the same time it's this controlled chaos that it can go from nothing happening for like 5 to 15 seconds and then something explosive happening in 5 seconds that could potentially be round ending. And the fact that the game also has the different weighting system in terms of how opponents' life bars work, that's just one of the other things that I love about that game. Like the heavier characters, they tank and they take more damage, and then the speedier zippy characters have better movement options. So like the balance in terms of how that gameplay is approached, it's one of the things that I really appreciate about it. But I will say that Street Fighter, in terms of not Street Fighter, Street Fighter 6, in terms of the moment to moment interactions, they feel a lot more heavy in terms of your decision making, and how, like,
especially with the corner carry,
and like
the corner carry is insane.
Like you were saying, bro, how volatile things can get at the drop of a hat. Like the momentum swings in Street Fighter 6 are huge. in Guilty Gear Strive specifically, momentum swings are very one-sided. Like, it's my turn until you do something to take your turn back, or until I do something where I give you your turn. In Street Fighter, like, you know that you can take a turn back provided these things line up. Should we do the next match? I said we'll give Arango 5 minutes. That was 5 minutes ago. So right now he has like 60 seconds. So the situation with Arango is that he uses prepaid internet because they do not have access to the same type of internet service we have, where you pay a fee and you get your data cap for the month. They use prepaid services, and it looks like his prepaid service has run out, and I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. So in about 30 seconds time, we will award Sequele the victor. Not the way Sequele would want to win, knowing Sequele, but is what it is.
Hey, win is win.
Arango is unable to compete, not due to any fault of his own. I will be advancing Sequele. Cool. So now we come to the tail end of Crazy 8s. Let me get out of the screen here, and then I need to amend the room settings to first to 3. Cool. Lyle versus Murambi, winners finals, first to 3 action all the way. Sequele sitting in losers. As we get to the tail end of this third qualifier, from here on out, it's anyone's game, man. Gonna be a bit of a difficult matchup for Sequele, not Sequele, for Murambi, because of the fact that Lyle is very good at executing his game plan and also just adapting on the fly. Lyle knows what spots he wants to pick against Akuma in this matchup, knowing that he doesn't have to do much. He can pressure from distance, force Murambi into making uncomfortable decisions, and then punishing any openings that he leaves him. This is just going off their previous matches where they've ran into each other in a Crazy 8s format, but who knows, man? Maybe Murambi's been labbing the JP matchup on the low, and this evening we'll see him pull out some new tech that we otherwise would not have had an opportunity to see. Winners finals, let's get it, man.
You know, this is another thing about Lyle is that he's very good at running away. Alright, he's very good at running away and making sure you can't pile up that pressure on him. If you are able to do that, you're able to get him to crack. But he's very good at not allowing it to get to that point. And it's really gonna be up to Murambi to make the right reads and get his pressure going. And there's the first right read of the match.
Okay.
I mean, if there's a character you wanna be trying to pile up the pressure with, Akuma's definitely the character to do that.
Yep, and this is exactly where you want to keep JP in that corner, guessing for his life. Ooh.
Still a skill, Murambi cleaning up. Optimal.
Absolutely clean. He is 2/3 of the way into building that
Confirms?
third bar. If I'm Murambi, the next confirm I get, I cash out and I deal damage to that life by giving myself an advantage. And this is not where you want to be in this JP matchup. You don't want him creating space. You don't want him getting that Pierce Ghost engine
Nice
started.
confirms.
What's for breakfast? Oh, delays. Ooh, he jumps out. Sneaky.
One thing about Lyle, he loves a good back jump. And that's something you always have to be aware of.
Yep, Lau got the Q20 mix on point. Slippery, as always, finding himself back in the corner
Nice
now.
Murambi.
Looking for this opportunity to escape, but Murambi,
I think there was maybe an attempted DP on the side of Murambi there with a jab. But no matter, this should be the kill so long as it doesn't drop.
man, what was that combo, bruh? Holy shit!
I don't
Murambi,
think that was even optimal.
Dude, I don't care if it's optimal, but that thing looked fly as fuck. Like that OD Tatsu into burnout and then converting into the
That's the
kill.
thing, though. That's the thing though. This character does so much damage. You don't have to be optimal, man. Just get in the corner, do a couple EXs, you should be fine.
Akuma definitely. What a side switch.
What a reaction.
What a side switch read by Murambi. Picking up.
Rambi with a one eye open at the back of his head, keeping an eye on that portal, making sure Lyle doesn't try any funny stuff. But Lyle tried the funny stuff, and he got punished for it. But now, Murambi exactly where Lyle wants him to be. Ooh. Lyle not really making good use of this burnout here.
Murambi knows that in this situation, Lal is going
Nice
to
cross
do
cut.
his level best. Okay, we can chip him out.
Not only can we
Freezing.
chip him out,
You
we're
called
using
it.
the fireballs to bait any sort of wake up amnesia options, because wake up amnesia loses the fireballs.
Dude, you called it out in that first match where you said Lyle likes to jump back, and I think Murambi picked up on that because Lyle has been jumping into these fireballs. Oh, misses the command grab. Big damage coming in here on the side of Lyle. Now he gets to set up this full screen gameplay. Okay, switching up the tempo. We thought he was gonna go for the full screen. Immediately rushed in. Trying to poke out a little bit of extra damage. Sets up the portals. Okay, one touchy. Murambi with the
Not enough
reactions,
health.
but was not able to absorb the impact. Final round here. This is game number 2. Murambi, can you close it out?
I think you can convert that. I think if he did like a crouch medium kick, you could have done a crouch medium kick into like maybe Tatsu.
Oh, the cross up.
Perfect parry. Back into the corner you go. I think this is death. On Akuma, I think this is definitely death. Yep. So one apiece. No breaks, no waiting, players hitting right back into it. But I'm kicking off with some fireballs here, he's trying to get it, impose his will, get his pressure started. But Lyle just deeping out. Lyle with a nice pickup into the corner here.
Dude, just like that, Lyle completely switching up the pace, looking solid in game number 3 here. Manages to take that first round, needs to take another one. He'll probably be able to continue the same game plan that he's executed in these last 2 games. He's just looking so solid, man. Murambi needs to find an answer here. Oh,
Gets rid of the portals. Punish on the sweep there.
okay, Murambi with the drive rush pressure, spinning this bar, trying to get some forward advancing movement and an opening, but wow, stonewalling defense looking solid on his side. Yep. Murambi has shown Lal the crouch medium kick drive rush into low jab 3 times in this round, and Lal not budging, man. He looks solid. Picking his spots. Oh, what a good call out!
Pulls out the.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
pick it up,
oh,
but we
oh.
pick it up.
Dude,
That's level 3. This could actually be death. I'm not gonna-
that was a Kenyan reset of note, my guy. Oof, did not kill.
Not death.
One touchy.
The EX5 will gonna call out anything Lau trying to try there.
Good OS on the side of Murambi, knowing that whether it hits grounded or airborne, the chip damage would kill. But level 3 here, cash out. No. Lau saying, I'm gonna hold this bar, I'm gonna look for another confirm and potentially do game ending type Oh man,
Drive rush was so strong and broke the server. Oh, we back.
dude, that looked so clean. Like when that drive rush heavy kick hits, like the splatter, the paint splatter looked almost like, dude, Capcom just did the most with this game's graphics and animation, bro.
But Rambi not able to block the. Not able to block the level 2 there.
Dude, I don't know, man. That connection drop there. I don't know if that upset Murambi's rhythm, dude.
He got his combo, man. I don't know. I don't think that's a fair assessment.
Dude, I will say this though, Murambi's looking a lot better in this matchup than any other time I've seen him play it. He's calling out the side switches, he's drive rushing through this ghost pressure, and he's finding openings that I have not seen him open, or well, that I've not seen him take advantage of in previous interactions. Does get the hard knockdown now on this combo.
I think what's really giving Murambi a good fighting chance here is the fact that he's really laying the pressure on Thick. When he gets a chance, he makes the most of it. He's not letting any opportunity go to waste. But you really can't do against JP. Letting him go back to full screen and get that game plan going is just not ideal on any character.
ODDP for the get off me. Oh, back in the corner.
Ups to the level 2 here is gonna burn one bar of Lyles. He's one hit of a burnout here, one block hit.
Murambi.
Spending everything, really trying to get that burnout here.
Oh, should have gone for the DP, but instead went for the air to air level 3 for the kill.
Trying to really keep that pressure going with the air fireballs, but Lyle just jumping in and catching Murambi mid-air with that fireball in his hands. Nice confirms here from Murambi. Optimal confirms. Opting for the throw. We see some throw loops now. Lyle not having any of it.
Oh,
Nice TP.
dude, these side switch DPs that Murambi's been pulling off throughout the set, dude, tells you that Murambi is awake. Jeez. One touchy.
Oh,
Lal not taking these throws, bro.
oh my goodness.
Lal not taking these throws.
Okay, but can we talk about how Akuba literally walked away from the cage and then walked back in as the cage was retracting and then threw it?
Dude, I think
This character's walk speed is so unbelievably fast.
we need to speak to Murambi, dude. He's definitely studied something about that cane distance that we were talking about earlier in the stream, and he knows exactly where that cane.
He's got let's check his PC, man. He's got the hitbox. He's got the hitbox filters turned on, man. You can see exactly where the links are.
Yep. Okay, Lau up
He's
around
got
here,
some goggles on.
potentially looking to put himself in grand finals.
This is the conversion there. Could have been some crazy damage, especially on Akuma. Murambi poking now with our fireballs. We're trying to keep Lyle honest here, keep him from not pressing anything he's not supposed to be. Murambi trying to get out the corner here.
Needs to be careful now.
Nah, I think he's dead actually. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead, my man.
GG's Lyle Mack moving on in the grand final, securing himself potentially a spot in the finals for Crazy 8's number 33. So it is going to be Murambi up against Sequele in your losers finals match that is going to happen right now. Let me just queue up into the spectate mode. Murambi looks like he's ready. But what? Why am I queued up on player one side? No, I don't want to queue up, brother.
Marambi and Sequele, a tale as old as time.
One of those things, man. One of those things, brother.
Both of these characters very good at laying the pressure on thick. Blanca a bit more so, especially with the Blanca dolls and all the mix you can do. It's really gonna be who's the best mid in this matchup. But I'm falling for the side switch stuff in the corner. Maybe not used to... Maybe more used to the Geef, not used to the Blanca. Not sure about the gimmicks, not sure about the counterplay. But he's gonna have to learn quick. No conversion. Oh! We get a counter hit on the Crush Medium Punch and a conversion. So Marambi taking round 1 of game 1 here. Sequele getting the Wolf Punish but not getting the Drive Rush cancel. Missing his conversion there. Now he's in the corner. Switches places with Marambi taking the corner. Tries to DI the dive kick but not gonna work out. The dive kick is unfortunately plus and Marambi gonna be able to DI and return there. Marambi maybe gonna opt for a more lethal heavy option here. Maybe try and just keep him out. Maintain his life lead. Getting pressure down now though. Just goes for it. Just goes for it.
Marambi not taking his foot off the gas in the entirety of that first round. Taking the first game in this losers finals match. Sequele sticking with the Blanca though. I thought he might have switched to the Zangief because I know the Zangief matches is not something that Marambi likes playing, but Marambi definitely looking a lot more comfortable versus this Blanca. Oh, disrespectful on the drive rush.
Marambi just really controlling the pace of the game here, not letting Sequele get anything going. And with that in mind, when that's the case with Blanca, you need to get something going. You need to get something going. Gets the Wolf Punish but misses the drive cancel again.
Blanca is one of the characters in this game that does a really good job of playing a counter poke game, but the speed at which Marambi is playing is not allowing Sequele any space to get his set play started or get any of his OS in the line of this. He's just not giving him the necessary space to play the Blanca game, but lands this big jump in. Gets the pick
This
up.
is the anti-air there. I think he may have opted for crouch heavy punch and got beat out by the heavy kicks.
Sequele is putting in the work now with the side switch shenanigans. It's gonna be a
Unfortunately,
perfect.
falls for it again. Marambi it's just being shown here. He's not really used to the Blanca gimmicks.
Dude, Sequele was on one in that game. I don't know about you, bro, but Sequele definitely pumped the gas. Sequele was like, alright, you want to speed run? I can speed run too.
Exactly. Yeah, he definitely got the hit there and made the most of it. You know, he got his game plan going, and he did to Marambi what Marambi did to him in game 1.
Yep. And baiting out that ODDP against Sequele, now piling on the damage in this corner, even in burnout, confident in the fact that he can close this round out. Oh, Marambi overextending, and I feel like that is the reason why he lost that previous game and that first round. He's just
Marambi not calling out any of the ops here.
Marambi's doing the most, man, and it's not paying out for him. Like, the juice is not worth a squeeze here. Oh, the delayed dive kick to get the pressure started. Okay, we life about even now. Nice parry on the drive rush medium punch. Marambi finds the low.
Ops suspended, yeah. I don't know.
Look, in terms of getting the damage that you need in closing out this round,
And eyes in the corner.
so that it gives
no.
it gives you a cushion, but that's the double-edged blade of spending your level 3 that early in the round, dude. Now you have to continue with that loss, but oh, they hit him with the Ice Spice level 3. That boy a munch.
I just don't know if I agree with that level 3 placement there. The scaling from the low forward, it just means it's not going to do as much damage as it should be. And he's just not going to be left in a position where the health lead is so much to where it's going to be guess for game, you know? He's going to be in a position where, you know, Sequili can still take 2 throws. 2 throws at the least.
And that did not work out for Murambi there, chat. If you want a first-hand example of why doing a level 3 mid-round can potentially be bad for you if you don't have the ability to close out the round, that right there was it, man. But Murambi not out of it yet. He did win a game, and he is in the first round of this game, so he can potentially bring it back. But Sequili puts him in the corner now.
I'm seemingly trying to maybe slow down the pace of the game here.
I mean, when we
Go for a much more methodical kind of game plan.
when we
no.
started the set, dude, Murambi was dictating the pace, and Sequili said, "I bet, I see you and I'll raise you." And Sequili rolled the dice, and right now, again, Murambi
Again, opting for the super here. Not burnt out.
not
2
afraid to
throws
spend,
into take.
dude. Not afraid to spend. Works out this time. The god of
Does indeed work out this time.
the god of gamblers. Okay, Sequili with the opening gambit here. Oh, Murambi again. Nobody home for the DP from downtown. Sequili sets up the
And
merchandise.
kill here with level 3 if he really
Gets the
if he
bite.
really
Doesn't
wants to.
even need to do all that. Oh, puts himself in burnout. Has to be careful here. Just needs one touchy. Sets up the merchandise. The big
I
jump.
feel like the decision from Sequili, you know, greed the meter. He's won it. You know, taste his skills.
Yeah. Put him within that range that you can kill. Oh, Sequili didn't even do the counter there, bro. He just straight up did punish counter off the rip. Murambi's drive bar is so low. Sequili just needs to force him to block 1 or 2
Sequili
strings.
not even opting for any sort of
Nice
Blanca
A to A.
balls or anything here.
Oh, Sequili.
Instead, as long as he doesn't drop, goes for the easiest combo possible, ensuring that the round is over.
Sequili definitely kicked it into high gear after Murambi taking that first game, but sees himself in grand finals versus Lalmac. Lalmac having a clean run from pool straight into grand finals, not dropping a game. We've seen this one play out before, man. This JP matchup is not one that Sequili is very comfortable playing with either Blanca or JP, because both of his characters aren't
Definitely not an easy matchup on either side.
Yep, they aren't able to execute their game plans because of the fact that JP has so many tools at his disposal just to disrupt what both Blanca and Geef are trying to do.
Really having to think about what he's gonna offer. Yeah.
Se-
Honestly, neither
Sequili,
neither matchup too good.
Sequili, if you have a pocket Ryu, my guy, now would be the time. If you've been labbing any character on the low, bruh.
Or pocket my. I know everybody's got a pocket my.
Okay, goes.
EX fan, you're way too big.
In Geef we trust. Sequili in losers needs to reset the bracket if he wants to see himself in the running for the $5 on the Matcherino. Okay, there we go. Button check. Okay, buttons are working. The fact that
The question here is gonna be, how does Sequili make his way in?
with brute force, my guy, he's called the
Sequili is showing
Red Cyclone
Lyle.
for a reason, guy.
Lyle immediately showing he's not gonna let Sequili get away with any cheap resets. Sequili with a good read though. No cheap resets around here. No cheap resets. Lyle showing him you're gonna have to play this clean.
Yep, Sequele was looking for the kill for the low, but Lau able to take his life bar down to half of just chip damage, and this full screen game is not where Geef wants to be right now. But Sequele, known for stoic neutral and defense, dude, just needs to be patient. I mean, you can only throw Pierce and Ghost for that long, right? Until you force your opponent to make an uncomfortable decision. And that's kind of what Lyle is doing here. He's just forcing the issue. Sequele not...
If he can hold this... Oh no. I was gonna say if he can hold the life lead for the next 30 seconds, he'll take the round, but he's unfortunately lost the life lead.
Dude, that went downhill so fast from Burnout. Like, it was looking like Sequele had the round, and then he got into Burnout, and then Lyle just hung back.
Really, with the life lead, doing a decent job of blocking full screen, but really just trying to make some sort of decision to get back in when he already had the life lead. Lyle opting to not spend the level 3, he'll probably spend on the next interaction.
Oh, yep, this is dead. In ruins. That is the most Mortal Kombat is Fatal Blow super that this game
It really
has,
is.
That just looks like a Fatal Blow, bruh. That all piercing spikes through the skull thing, grab you by the throat. Okay, Sequele starting off strong. Taking that life.
He trying to impose his will here, and
this is the
Sequele just looking really uncomfortable playing this full screen game.
bruh, this is a war of attrition on the side of Sequele, bruh. Sequele gets in, tries to maximize the damage output as best as he can, and then just gets put full screen. And then once he gets put full screen, he's just in this position where, okay, now I need to deal with all these shenanigans. Oh, a little bit too far. Sequele eating double the damage of the spike and the DI. Lyle looking for the side switch, nobody on, but the wake up baseball bat. Yep, uncomfortable here for Sequele, but he manages to find the SPD and the round. Sequele, game number 2, 1 round on the board.
Now, I was going to say Lyle just looking very willing to sit and throw his spikes, but Lyle just kind of trying to make his way in there and paying for it. Lyle going back to this full screen game. Oh, gets back in and back to the full screen game. Lyle on the JP, but not looking too interested in playing the full screen game here. Really just looking to find his way in. What? Keeping him at bay now, keeping him out.
Yeah, if I'm Sequele, I'll just parry, bruh. Oh, but he gets grabbed instead. Lyle with the teleport, cheeky, sneaky. Looking for the side switch. Level 3. No. Oh, baiting out the wake up. Drive reversal. Crosses up with the body splash. Sequele on the board. Game number 1. Give us 2 more.
As soon as the tech became known that drive reversal is -6 on block, people just started, spamming it when somebody else is in burnout, because it's safe if they block it. You're like, I think like -2, so you can't be punished if you do wake up drive reversal. But now that everybody knows, now it's an option that's on the table.
Yep.
Jump. Certain moves, OSing level 3. We saw that in the mix-up with Nephew in one of his matches. Counterplay is really starting to be like developed for that now.
Yep. And that's what you see with Street Fighter 6 more than any other modern fighting game out right now, right? Is that whenever they introduce new mechanics, like in the beginning when nobody knows what the OS is, everybody falls for it, and then like as the meta develops, people just know like that is fake as nails on a corner store. That ain't real, bruh. That shit is getting called out all day. Little bit of choppiness on the connection here. Lau is up around playing the full screen game again. Oh, with the side switch is good. Puts Sequele back in the corner. Frustration setting in.
Sequele just getting desperate now, trying to just brute force his way in, but Lau showing him that that's not going to work. Not in his house.
Dude, in a game of brute force in this matchup, JP is always going to come out top side because JP just has so much better tools in just managing his movement. Oh,
Really, just running it down.
forward advancing. He has no bar to block the Mamushka. Jumps back, gets the lariat off.
No,
So
lost
unlucky.
second.
Would wake up level 3 on the side of Sequele killed there.
Like, would it reach?
Yeah. Hard to tell.
I'm not sure. From that range, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe. He could have done like up level 2. That's also an option.
Why is that? What's Arango Pedro doing? Sequele. Still have one game to play, my guy. Scores 2-1. It's first to 3. One more.
Really opting to go to the Blanca here. Maybe trying to opt for a more offensive heavy game plan. Maybe gonna try and use the Rainbow Balls, Blanca Balls, just to evade the spikes, evade the ghosts. Try and finesse his way in rather than just brute force it. And once he's in, pile on that pressure, make Lau nervous, make him make a mistake.
Yo chat, we are currently sitting at 499 followers for the channel. Our current channel goal is 500, so if you are lurking in the channel and you've not yet followed, please consider clicking that follow button and turning those notifications on so that you get notified when we do these Crazy 8 streams, the dungeons, when we do the bragging rights. And then if you are so inclined, just enjoy me catching on Kak on stream, whether I'm playing Street Fighter or JRPGs or Marvel Snap, you know? Just hang out with the boy. Oh, god
The
damn!
desperation from Sequele's side doesn't seem to have subsided with the character switch. He's just
Dude, it's
trying to
frustrating.
make his way in.
Dude, this
It definitely is.
this
And when you've been playing for this long, this is what we were talking about earlier. You've been playing for this long of the night. The ability to really like sit and actively make decisions on every interaction becomes very difficult. Blanca Ball's the portal setup, so Lau loses that option. Sequele not taking his turn, opting to bait, but nothing there. And Lau making his way out because of it.
Dude, this is such a frustrating matchup to play, especially when the level and the quality of the JP play is at the level that Lau is playing this character at such a high efficiency, knows what he wants to do, which setups work.
It is spike, guys. Oh no!
That's Sequele putting Lau in front. Oh, looking for the DI. Lau with the neutral jump. Removing.
Any button, crouch, medium punch, crouch, any button. Oh no.
Dude, that was just the frustration creeping through that, you know what, I'm trying to fight this character, but this character...
The mental fatigue just absolutely set in there, unable to just really think clearly near the end of the match.
Good games indeed, man. Good games. So tonight we etched 2 more names into this qualifying, pardon me, bracket. Let me just pull that up for you guys quick. Your first Crazy 8 wins. Yes, GG's, my guy. GG's, well played. So
typing the name into the brackets there from his Nokia phone.
Yeah, bruh. I think I don't need, dude. I need to find. I haven't used this bracket in so long, so I need to type this bruh's name and see where the name comes up. So I think that's, dude. I don't even know where this name is right now, bruh. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna fight with it because I can't find it.
Let's to fight another day.
I think I figured it out, Freezy. I think I figured it out, fam. There we go. So Lal Mac adding his name in, and it looks like Sequele adding his name in. So that's what it's gonna look like as far as your bracket is concerned for the finals. Winner's side is going to be Noodles versus Lal Mac. The next match is going to be Blader versus whoever the winner is next week. And then in loser's side, it's going to be Watch You up against Sequele. And then Uncle Weezy up against the runner-up for next week. So that is how things are playing out as far as this bracket is concerned. As far as the Matcherino is concerned, $5 going the way of you, Lyle. So that should be $100, Lyle. I will DM you in terms of either gifting a sub. Ida, thank you so much, my guy. I did not see that sub. Appreciate the support that you guys are showing the channel on a consistent basis, man. But yeah, Freezy, another banger, another one for the books. Next week we do it again and we come back and we finalize that bracket and hopefully we get some new faces. So that finals is looking like an absolute banger, man. Some respectable names in here: Noodles, Lal Mac, Blader, Watch You, Sequele, Uncle Weezy, and whoever we are going to get in next week. I think
I don't know if we remember. I remember.
you remember what?
It was like 3 crazy 8s ago. When Noodles and Lyle had a match. And Noodles was teabagging the shit out of Lyle.
Oh, so is
So
this the
that
salty
is the
run
run
back?
back.
Oh,
That is the run back. We've been waiting. This is the run back.
Murambi, I hope you're in the channel, bruh. Murambi always say that I rig the matches, bruh. I don't rig the matches. The matches make themselves, bruh. Like, fate has decided that Lal Mac gets his run back in the finals when all the money is on the line, bruh. All the money. Like, there's going to be... we starting the prize pool at $500, like, flat, right? And then whatever gets added into the pool means we're gonna get a top 3 payout. Winner takes the lion's share, but it's definitely gonna be one to look forward to, man. But that is gonna be it for this evening. Homies, who's streaming? None of the homies are streaming. Jeez, I can't even send. How do you guys feel about going over to Noah the Prodigy's channel? You guys want to watch Noah play some Luke? But I'm in chat saying it's match rigging. No, bruh, I don't rig. I'm not that type of African, bruh. I'm an honest African. I'm fair. I don't get involved with collusion and corruption, bruh. But shout outs to everyone that's in chat that shows up week in and week out. There's 20 of you in here right now. Appreciate all the love and support that you guys show the channel on a weekly basis, as well as these players for coming through week in and week out and putting on an absolutely amazing show for the greater Southern African region of Street Fighter. Fair skinned. It's because I work from home, Sequele, man. I don't get that much exposure to the sunlight anymore, bruh. Like, when I was younger, I was a lot browner, my guy. I was cholo brown in my younger days. Now I don't know what this is. This is like, I'm a light skin colored now, bruh. I'm not a true colored anymore. I'm a soft life colored. I'm a soft life, Colin Sequele. I've been tamed by the suburbs and comfort, my guy.
Only drink women's water.
Yes. Sis. But guys, once again, Breezy, you have any closing statements, dude?
Thanks everyone for watching. It was a nice, good first day commentating. Some nice matches to commentate. But yeah, maybe I don't commentate next. Maybe next week I add my name to the list. Maybe that's what happens.
Look, dude, whether you choose to be a spectator or whether you choose to be a commentator, my guy, either side, you've shown experience beyond your years in terms of just getting on the mic, hopping on and being an absolute natural. A lot of people get on here and they feel absolutely nervous casting, and then just your game knowledge, dude. Just being able to recognize things from a technical side that I wouldn't be able to because I don't play the game at such a high level. It brought a nice contrast in terms of just the commentary and the flow of commentary this evening. So shouts to you for pulling up, man.
I think for me, you know, the way I learned to play Street Fighter, I hopped in, never played Street Fighter before, circled all the links and everything like that. But once I got it down, you know, I understood the combo system and things like that. From there, it was off the YouTube Cabby Guide. First one that pops up,
Punk
the God. I watched that. I started watching his streams. I think last year I had like over 800 hours watching Punk stream. And like, I think that is what ultimately helps. Like, obviously playing the game is also very helpful, but I think that watching, it's like, I just consume as much Street Fighter content as I can. Like, I watch all the offlines. I watch a lot of Punk. So like, I really like to just like take in a lot of knowledge. And I think that really helps when it comes to playing. But also when it comes to casting, because like when it comes to playing, you're able to understand this is fake, this is real. Here's a gap. He's trying his luck here. He's really pushing his luck here. And when you're casting, you're able to see all that, and you're able to convey that to the audience. For those who don't know, you know what I mean.
Just transfer your lived experience into in-game commentary. And I tend to do the same, man. Like, I watch a shit ton of fighting game streams related to all the games that I enjoy, and that's how I stay current with what's happening in all the scenes. And it's why I'm able to talk to any game that I'm not actively playing, and I can just also commentate and have knowledge about what's relevant in the game right now and what's working and what's not, because like you, I also spend a lot of time consuming fighting game events and content and shit like that. But that is going to be it.
South African Sajam.
Who now?
Me. South African Sajam.
That's high praise, but I respect that. Thank you for that. But from my side, guys, you must have a liquor rest of your evening. It is 2 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock. I am going to send you guys over to Noah the Prodigy, so you guys can go and enjoy some more high level Street Fighter, man. Noah looks like he's grinding for legend rank. He looks like he's grinding for legend rank, so you guys can go over and watch Noah. Potentially, where's my raid button? Raid channel, there we go. Noah the Prodigy, search and filter Noah. Start raid. Noah's playing Ryu. Dear Lord.
That's what's the best show too.
Dear Lord. I chat. Shout outs to everyone. You guys have a liquor rest of your evening. See you guys next week. Peace.